Rooftop Sports welcomes you to a special presentation of the National Football League. Welcomes you to a special presentation. And good afternoon, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports. I got, of course, the as usual Epic Sea Films, who is on this show joining us for the Seattle Seahawks game. And we are just underway, as looks like the Seahawks won the toss and they have elected to defer. And here we go. And Sea Films, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm having a wonderful week.
Excellent. And hopefully the Seahawks can end this wonderful week with a huge Seahawks victory, which will absolutely be needed. And Seahawks are now on the defense. Now, if we remember last time around, the last time the Seahawks played I almost said St. Louis, Los Angeles Rams, the Seahawks unfortunately did lose to them in just a complete blowout fashion. But now here we are, and the game has officially begun. Here's Matthew Stafford. Looks like he's making some adjustments to his play. Here we are, man in motion, and here we go. Hands it off to the running back, and he's going to get at least a couple yards on that one. And Epic Sea Films, what are the keys for the Seahawks winning this game?
So the keys for the Seahawks is containing the actual passing of Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is a very good passer, so containing him, and then our defense making big plays on him. That's going to be very key. And Gino actually, being really accurate on his passes will really help us, and also our running game.
Yes, absolutely. Let's make this happen. And here it is. We are on a 2nd and 8. It is now 8 seconds left on the play clock. Here's Matthew Stafford to pass, and he's going to go down with a sack. Bruce Irvin with the assist on that one. I think it was Witherspoon that was also a part of that sack. And also for you guys, as you may have known, I am on a subscriber count of about 1,071. And here is Matthew Stafford on 3rd and 13. Looks like that's a holding call right there. And they missed that call, and he gets it over to the running back, but that is not going to be a first down. And now they are now forced to punt. What a good defensive opening for the Seahawks.
In the history of the Rams-Seahawks rivalry, the Seahawks actually lead the series 27-25. To 25. So 27-25. So we barely were winning this rivalry.
Barely, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a crazy thought to think of.
Mm-hmm.
And now it looks like we're going for the punt, and DJ Dallas is going to return this kick. Evans, the punter. And here we go. And here comes DJ Dallas, and he's going to call for the fair catch, and the Seahawks will be down to their 12-yard line. And looks like Geno Smith is going to be, of course, he is the quarterback for today. And how do you feel about this one, Epic Sea Films? About Geno Smith. He did have an amazing game-winning drive, which I will say it helps when the Commanders have a terrible defense. I will say that. Hate to say it, but the facts are the facts.
Yeah, I think Geno's playing pretty good this year. Compared to like half the quarterbacks in the league, I would take him over half the quarterbacks in the league to be a starting quarterback for our team.
I guess so. And now here it is. And looks like we got a run by Kenneth Walker. Got a nice big one.
Mm-hmm.
And looks like we are now on 2nd down. It's going to be a 2nd and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And here is Geno Smith. He is waiting. He is now at 2nd and 4. And here he goes, looking to pass. Gives it to Kenneth Walker. He's not going to get much. He loses yards on that one. That's at least going to be a 2-yard loss on that. So that's not going to be good. We are now at 3rd down. Looks like this is in danger of being a 3-and-out. And also, here's what we're going to do something. Oh, wait, we're at 3rd and 6. So let's just wait until commercial break on this one for my announcement. 3rd and 6. Here's Smith. He's going to pass. He's getting a little bit of pressure. He is going to throw, and that is caught. That is caught by Tyler Lockett, the most consistent receiver the Seahawks have on this team. Good catch by Tyler. But we got a flag, so it looks like I think that's going to be a holding call. Let's see what the refs say on this one. Trying to figure out what it was. What do you think it is?
I don't know. I think
Rams. A 15-yard penalty. And that's going to be
I thought it was on the defense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because it was an unnecessary roughness thing on Tyler Lockett. They put against the Rams, I mean.
Yeah.
So that will certainly do it.
That was big.
That was a huge one. And now we're at 1st and 10. Looks like we got double backs. 3 seconds left, and here comes Smith, and he's going to hand it to Kenneth Walker, who finds some opening, but doesn't get much. I think he's actually going to lose a yard on that one, unfortunately. They really want to get this run game going for the Seahawks. Yeah. So that way Smith doesn't have to pass as much, because he has been passing quite a bit.
Yes.
And now we're at 2nd and 9. And now we're at 2nd and 9. I already said that. And Smith is going to pass, getting some pressure, dumps it off to Jake Bobo, and he gets some yards on that one, and that's going to be a 3rd and 1. Good run by Jake Bobo. And just a quick announcement. Consider donating to the channel if you have joined to help grow this channel. The goal today is 50. Let's make it happen. We're going to do 50 today. We'll make 50 the goal. We're at 3rd and 1. Charbonnet is on the backfield. Smith looks like he's having it to Charbonnet, and Charbonnet should have an easy hole, and that should be a 1st down. Very interesting that they put it on that angle. I did like that they put it on that camera angle. Like, did you like that angle better, or?
I thought it was different. It was. I don't think I liked it as much.
Well, that way Smith can we can see where Smith is throwing, so we can make a more fair assessment. That's how I see it.
Okay.
And now we're at 1st and 10. We're at getting to the Rams territory, and Smith is going to hand it to Kenneth Walker, and he's going to get a big hole, and he at least gets 6 yards on that one. And also, in case you're wondering if I'm going to do commercials, I will not be doing nostalgic commercials, because what's the point of risking for copyrights? There's just absolutely no point. It's a complete waste of time. I would hate to be sitting on my butt and then potentially lose 25 cents because I put an ad on there that was copyrighted. Wouldn't that suck to lose 25 cents over that?
Yes.
And we got 2nd and 5. I got to play Pac-Man. And here is Smith. He's going to pass, getting pressured. And here is a big throw. And that is caught by Jackson Smith-Jigba. That was a huge catch. And the referee did verify that. What a throw by Geno Smith. And more importantly, what a catch by Jackson Smith-Jigba. That was a nice, beautiful pass. It was huge. Got to take notes while I'm doing it. And looks like, I wonder if they're going to challenge that call.
Yep. Rams challenge.
LA is going to challenge to see if he was out of bounds. And also, in case if you're wondering why I couldn't do the Seahawks game last week, Epic Sea Films does know exactly why. Epic Sea Films, do you know exactly why I could not cover the game.
Because hashtag don't quit your day job. Sometimes your day job takes priority because you have to have revenue coming in to do what you love.
No, it's I have to pay bills.
Yes.
And now, since we're okay, so here's the thing. Since I'm doing these shows, these live shows, but yes, not only do what I appreciate you guys subscribing to this channel, but also donate to this channel to help this channel grow. Because I have dreams with this channel, so let's make it happen. So donate as much as you can, even if it's $1 or a quarter, if that is a thing. Make it happen.
Yep.
So anything else? Any takeaways from this game so far?
So one thing I've noticed, and I've looked at a lot of stats, is that the Seahawks usually play very well against most of their rival teams. So I feel like this is going to be a big win because I feel like they're really hungry because of what happened last time. So I feel like this is going to be a huge try hard for them. They're going to try really hard to get this done.
Yeah, that is a really good point. It looks like we're still on the commercial break so far.
Yes. I think our closest win-loss record to one of our rivals is the Rams. So we don't do the best against the Rams. I think we do the best against the 49ers. You know, the 49ers people say are really good.
It's true. For some reason, my Instagram portion of my channel is not working. Sad.
Our record against the 49ers is 30-20. We're leading 30-20 in the history of playing the Rams.
Oh, wow.
The 49ers. That's the 49ers. So playing the 49ers, we have a better record than playing the Rams. Rams are almost 50-50, but the 49ers were 30-20. So that's pretty crazy. And then let's see what they say.
And looks like no, I think he's in bounds. What do you think? Do you think he's in bounds? I think they're looking at the foot. I don't know.
I don't think he's in bounds. I think they're going to say they're not in bounds because the fact that when he caught the ball, the first foot came down, but the second foot came out of bounds.
Yeah, he's not in bounds.
Yeah.
We all hate to say it, but he is objectively not in bounds. So that's a 3rd and 5, and that was unfortunately negated.
Yeah.
If only they spiked the ball at that moment time. And here is a 3rd and 5, and here is a pass, and that is caught by Jackson Smith-Jigba. So he caught it again anyway.
Woo!
And also, in case if you missed it as well, the Cleveland Browns, they got the victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers. So huge victory for Cleveland. And good pass by Geno Smith so far.
Cleveland Browns, rookie quarterback.
Yep, it's definitely so. Is he for sure?
I think.
And now we're at the red zone. We're getting close to it. We're at a 1st and 10, hopefully. And here we go. Here comes Kenneth Walker, and he gets the big hole, and he does go for at least 8 yards on this one. And the Seahawks offense are coming out with a guns ablazes. No comments so far. If I can get some comments in there from my concurrent viewers, that would be just exciting. So make the comments, people. He has 4 carries for 18 yards so far. Nearly 5 yards a carry. 4 seconds left on the clock. Geno's better paying attention to that. That's gonna be a delay of game. Oh, no, not delay of game. Gets it off in time. Here's Smith with the pass. Gets it to DK Metcalf, and that's gonna be a 1st down. And also, guess who has DK Metcalf on my fantasy team? Wait, I already just said it. I got DK Metcalf.
Yeah. It was their quarterback. So the Cleveland's quarterback is Dorian Thompson Robertson. He's a rookie.
He's a rookie. That's indeed.
He played for UCLA.
No, he did. Was he undrafted?
No, he was drafted.
by the
round
Browns.
5. He was drafted round 5. Yeah.
1st and 10. Fakes it to Charbonnet. He's getting pressured. And another catch by Tyler Lockett. And that's going to be another first down. And the Rams, the Seahawks, they are really racing towards it.
Yes, they are. Mm-hmm. You thought the Rams were going to do better this year because they got their players healthy, but then things are still not clicking for them.
They're just
this year.
They're just aging. It's just an old team in general, not any younger.
Yeah. It's mainly their quarterback that's old.
It's a 1st and goal for the Seahawks. Red zone completion percentage is 48.5. And here is Smith, hands it off to Charbonnet, and only going to get at least a few yards on that one. At this pace, I think the Seahawks are going to go for the field goal on this. But you never know, right?
Yep, let's see.
And Epic C Films, did you say that you have a camera and the microphone set up?
A camera? I have a microphone, I have a webcam.
Why don't you set up your microphone?
My microphone is set up.
Hello?
Oh yeah, well put the microphone in your face.
Yes.
And now here it is. Here is the pass to Smith, and that is caught by DK Metcalf, and that is a touchdown! Touchdown Seahawks!
Wow.
What a sneaky pass by Geno Smith, giving it to DK Metcalf. Oh, and by the way, who has DK Metcalf on fantasy football?
Well, in our league, you do. Rooftop Sports. Yes, I have Tyler Lockett. So,
Do you know what I have?
What?
I have a 2022 fantasy football championship.
Yes, by a few points.
Not even a few points. It was like 0.01 by literally 1 yard.
Yes.
That was even funnier. And ESPN tried to make the adjustment against me, too. I was actually at 0.02, and they changed it to 0.01. And had it been tied, I also would have lost.
Oh, wow.
And here's Jason Myers going for that PAT. I hope he at least gets this one. He can't possibly screw this up, can he? And here's the kick. And it is good. They were like staging it as if it was actually a regular field goal. But now the Seahawks are already up to a 7-0 lead. And that was a nice pass by Geno Smith over to DK Metcalf. And now we're going into commercial break. I'm going to test something really quick.
Okay.
I'm going to see if my YouTube ads are working. But until then, I don't think it's working. Okay, let's see if it works. I'm checking on my phone that's logged in as like another user.
Okay.
And I don't think the ads are working. Nope. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I'm going to have to play this one.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We are proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
And if you would like those services, give this man a call, 206-992-4465, 206-992-4465. Use the promo code Modern Rooftop to get 20% off of your first use. And it looks like it did not work. I'm really sad that my ads did not work. I was hoping that it would have worked. Very unfortunate.
Well, there was one big win today. There was one big upset today. The New York Giants actually beat the Washington Commanders today.
Oh, they did, they?
Yeah. So the Giants won another game. So that was actually pretty big. And then Green Bay actually beat the Chargers.
The Chargers.
Yeah, our
Green
struggling
Bay
this
beat the
year.
Chargers. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a 3-point game.
3-point game. And I had Justin Herbert, who did very well for my team.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to take a look and see how my team is doing right now, as we are about to take a kickoff real soon.
Yeah, GJ Metcalf, 38 career touchdowns, receptions.
And the kick is off, and that's going to be a touchback.
Yep.
DK Metcalf already got me 9.5 points already in that drive alone.
Mm-hmm. Ironically, the Seahawks and the Rams have the reverse records of each other.
Don't they? Kind of funny how things work, I guess.
Yes.
And now we've got Matthew Stafford. He's got the offense, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Los Angeles Rams. Man in motion, and looks like I think that's either a false start or that's going to be an offsides. I think that's false start. It was encroachment, so that's going to be against the Seahawks. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty on that one. And right now, I am winning 75.2 to 60.2. We have the same identical number of players, but Brock Purdy already scored a touchdown, so I'm a little bit nervous on that one. But I will find out by the end of the day if I win. And now we got a 1st and 5. Here's Stafford. He's comfortably got some time, and here is a big throw, and that is incomplete. But that's gonna be a pass interference. I mean, I kind of felt that there was a lot of contact on that one. Would you think that there was way too much contact on that?
There was some contact.
I think that's an easy call, pass interference. I think it's defensive pass interference, to say the least. Yep.
Where's the ball? Where's the ball?
Yep. Yeah,
the ball wasn't there. Yep.
Ball wasn't even there, so that's an easy pass interference. That's probably the easiest pass interference call that I've ever heard in my life.
I know.
I mean, I agree with it. As pains me to say it, I do agree with that call.
Yep. It's the right call.
It was unfortunately the right call, and now you just gave a freebie to the Los Angeles Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And now here is Stafford on a 1st and 10 at the red zone already. Goal line, red zone. And here is Stafford already getting met, and that is batted down and incomplete. Now we're at 2nd and 10. Now, while we're going through this, let's take a look at the scores in my league. We got myself, I'm up by 15. The Jigbus with attitude, they're winning right now. Macaroni and cheese is winning, macaroni and cheese is losing, so that's going to help me a lot. Cougar Advance, yep, destroying the Seattle Water Bottles. What do you expect, right? Seattle Water Bottles doesn't even consistently check. And now here is Stafford. He's got time, or no, he does not got time. He sides throws it, but that's gonna be caught by Cooper Kupp. And looks like another flag is being thrown. I wonder what this is all about. This has become a flag football game.
Yes.
It was offense on the offense. It was an offensive pass interference by Cooper Kupp.
Wow. And you forgot that earlier I have Gino. So every time Gino passes a DK, I get points.
Every time, huh?
At least we're not playing against each other.
Pretty much. Epic C Films, you're losing.
But I have more players left.
So you might win that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to hurt my playoff chances on that. And now oh no, that's going to be a free play right there. And Matthew Stafford with a big throw, and that is caught. Oh! Just dropped it. I cannot believe he dropped that. That was a free play. And Cooper Kupp dropped it. Wow. Seahawks caught a break on that one.
Mm-hmm.
He was just wide freaking open. He just mistimed the ball terribly. He almost caught it too.
Wow.
Could have been a touchdown on that easily.
Wow. That's still not as bad as the Huskies 2 weeks ago.
And now here is a 2nd and 5. Clock is going down, or 2nd and 15. And here's Stafford with the throw, and that is caught by Cooper Kupp. He still gets up. He's still up and finally gets down. Now we're at 4 minutes left in this quarter. Got 3 viewers so far. Could use some comments in there. Throw it in there, guys. We are at a 3rd and 4. Third and 4. 6 seconds left on the play clock. And now here's Stafford. Here's with the throw. And that is incomplete. And yep, another pass interference. I am not surprised. Are you surprised, Epic C Films?
Oh man, it's just they're just throwing flags every other play.
Yep, without a doubt. And that was on Tariq Woolen. There was just way too much contact.
Well, the problem with football is they're trying to protect the players, but by protecting the players, the game can become eventually just a game of all flags.
Yeah, might as well just make it into a flag football game. No tackles allowed.
Yep. That'd be an interesting league.
Yeah, very much would. I mean, you've seen me play flag football.
Yep.
And here is a 1st and goal. Gives it to the running back and gets a lot of yards on that one. That's going to be at least 5 yards, I would say. A few yards, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
And now here is the handoff and still gets handled.
Wow.
And now here is a 3rd and goal, and he escapes it. Oh, nope. That's going to be a 4th down.
Do you go for it here, Rams, or do you just keep
No, they're going to, I think they're going to take the 3 points.
I don't know. I think they might go for it.
You think so?
Close.
You think they'd go for it?
Yeah, being this close. Yep, I could tell.
They are going for it. And now here's Stafford looking to pass. And here is the pass. And that is incomplete. And the Seahawks catch several breaks after all those pass interference calls going against them. The Rams come up with 0.
You knew they were going to pass it eventually. You knew it.
Well, they were passing. They were passing throughout.
No, but you knew on those 4 drives, it was like they had run. You knew eventually they're going to pass it to try to get in the end zone because they couldn't run it. So you knew it was coming.
Yeah, for sure. Man, who would have thought that they would have scuffed that one?
Mm-hmm. Well, their record was 52 in a row consecutive red zones with like scores, and now they just messed that up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But how about that? The Seahawks really got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're on commercial break, how do you feel about fantasy basketball? I think you're beating the crap out of me on that one.
Yeah, I think the best you could do is like
It's like 3-5 on me if things go your way today.
They won't.
But at worst, you'd be like 2-6. So I'm doing pretty well on that front. Well, you beat me in football really bad last week, so I'm making up for it this week with basketball. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, I'm 6-1-1 right now. No, I'm 6-2 right now on you. So let's see. Scoreboard. Oh man, this DeAnthony Melton is starting to play better for me. He's James Harden's replacement because they got rid of James Harden.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, he's a Clipper now, and this other guy's stepping up and starting to play good now. So I'm like happy about that. So yeah, so the game's in LA, and the game's at SoFi Stadium. It's actually not technically in Los Angeles. It's actually in Inglewood, California.
Yeah, Inglewood, California.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Raiders tried Al Davis of the Raiders? He got land in Irwindale, California, which was like 90 minutes east of Los Angeles. Tried to do that. And now here is Smith on his own territory, and hands it off to Charbonnet, and he gets at least a few yards on that. He really did bruise his way through that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They always say, the Commanders have the worst stadium in football, and in baseball, it's the Oakland A's have the worst stadium.
Oakland A's easily have the worst stadium, no question, which is why they may be moving away to Vegas. And now here is a 2nd and 5, and looks like that's a false start.
Mm-hmm.
False start, offense.
What's that?
Now it's a half a distance to the goal. That was Noah Fant.
Mm-hmm.
And in case if you are the one person watching, consider donating to this channel. I'm even okay with just $1 stinking. The goal is 50 by the end of this show, so let's make it happen. And now we are looking at a 2nd and 9. 5 penalties for the Seahawks, costing 73 yards. That may bite them in the butt. And now here's Smith going for the pass. It is caught by number 89. That is Will Dissly. He makes a big catch on that. So let's get this running play since we're like at 3rd and 1. So I would definitely go for a running play as well.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's 1st and 10. They gave him the first down anyway.
Oh, wow.
And now at 1st and 10, 35 seconds left in the quarter. He's going to hand it off to Charbonnet. He's getting quite a bit some touches. More touches than I would have expected versus Kenneth Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Second and 9 so far. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. They just let the clock go down. And while we're at it, I might as well start recording for my next video that I am planning to make. Okay, who we got? I'm going to just read it right now. Shohei Ohtani has one of the... gotta start over. Shohei Ohtani has been one of the best players in baseball for the last couple years with his amazing ability. I messed up again. You're going to see me messing up doing my records. Shohei Ohtani has been one of the best players in baseball for the last couple years with his amazing ability to hit and pitch, something we haven't seen since the days of Babe Ruth. Despite his recent injury, which will force him to not be able to pitch for the 2024 season, he is still the most coveted player for the upcoming free agency for the 2024 season. With the speculations and rumors that we have seen on which teams have a chance to get Shohei Ohtani, I will do something different. I will go over all 30 MLB teams on their chances for Shohei Ohtani. But before I start, please like this video, But before I start, please like this video and subscribe to my channel to build the future of this channel. Now let's begin. That was around 35 minutes. Might as well do that during commercial break. Kenan and Kel is on its way by November 22nd. Are you going to watch that movie?
Yes, I am going to watch that movie. I'm excited for it.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Mm-hmm. Excited for it.
Who wouldn't be?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like we are back from the break. And now here is Smith. Clock was winding down, and here is Charbonnet. He gets a big run, and that's going to be a first down. That was more than a 9-yard run by Charbonnet, and he is bruising right through. And that was actually an easy one, beautifully set up by the offensive line. And that's going to be a first down. Looks like Charbonnet, he is due for a big game, it looks like. As Kenneth Walker is on the sidelines. Looks like there might be some kind of injury going on. We'll have to find out and see what is going on. Oh, now Walker is down to doubtful, so now Charbonnet gets the carry. And now here is Smith with the big pass, and that is incomplete. That was kind of nearly picked off. And if he just missed it, the Buffalo Bills, they got their fumble recovery at the start of the game. Some may have questioned that could have been a pass interference, but I don't think it was. In this drive, 3 rushes, 2 passes for 23 yards. We're looking at a 2nd and 10. Clock going down. And now here is Smith. He's looking to pass. He's got extra. No, the protection's going down. Gives it to Charbonnet. He's going to lose yards on that. And no flag on that because that was a kind of a roughing tackle right there. But yeah, Smith was pressured by Aaron Donald, and he already took him down. The offensive line just could not handle Aaron Donald. And do you think that should have been a roughing the passer, or do you think that was in the motion, so there's nothing he could have done?
I don't think that was roughing the passer, no. I think the roughing the passer call is not a great call because sometimes the timing of it.
3rd and 10. We got 5 seconds left, and looks like a timeout's going to be called.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on a 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
And Seattle just called the timeout.
I kind of have an issue with like the roughing the passer rule because sometimes you have forward momentum. How can you divert your forward momentum in like seconds to not,
especially with the emotion that's all jacked up?
Yeah. How do you do that? So like every time they're saying like, okay, the guy throws the ball. Well, the guy's faster at throwing the ball than you are adjusting your momentum and where you hit the person. Then it's like, well, if they're faster than you, you basically get a penalty every time. So it's on the quarterback to basically just chuck the ball. If they just chuck the ball, basically they win every time. So is it fair?
Look at all those houses all plastered together. We got 3rd and 10. Bobo's in the motion.
How'd you like to live this close to the stadium?
And here it is. Here's Smith looking to pass. Got not much protection. He's heaving it, and that's going to be caught by Jackson Smith-Jigba again. A big catch by Smith-Jigba. What a throw by Geno Smith, who was under the pressure, but gets it to Smith, and that's going to be another first down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have a cousin who used to live in the international district next to the stadium, and he could hear the gunshots go off when the Seahawks scored.
Oh wow!
So he knew the score basically before before the game on TV.
Wow, so not a good idea to live there. And that's DJ Dallas got a carry in there, got some yardage, and the Seahawks offense for now they are just racing it down.
Mm-hmm.
Second down right now. 12 minutes left in this quarter. It's going to be a 2nd and 6. And here we go. Gives it to Charbonnet. He's going for the run. He gets some breaks on that, and he is nearly muscles his way for the first down, but that's going to be short. But good run by Zach Charbonnet. I actually liked him since preseason. I actually had high hopes for Charbonnet. He kind of gave me that beast mode feel. He doesn't necessarily have the best speed, but he'll bruise it through. And now we are looking at a 3rd and 1. And now here it is. And here is the throw. And that is incomplete.
Do you go for it here or do you kick the field goal?
Let's see where we're at. No, they're going to go for the field goal.
You think so?
I think they just want the points.
Because I'll do a run play for 1 yard.
They should have ran for that. That should have been a running play. They shouldn't have passed. Oh, they're going to go for it. But they should have ran the ball before that. So that was a very questionable play call. And now here they're going to give to Charbonnet. They're going to give Smith-Jigba. Here is Charbonnet, and he gets it right through, and a few yards extra, and that's going to be another first down for the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
That was just too easy, and that offensive line just really had it, but Rams defense isn't great either, to say the least.
Yeah. I think the reason why they threw it on the first play is they were trying to throw them off because you assume, like most defenses would assume, that you're going to do a run play if you have 1 yard to go. So they were trying to throw them off.
And now here is a 1st and 10. Bobo in the motion. And now here is Smith. And there's going to be a flag, and that's going to be caught by Bobo, but we're going to have to see what this flag is all about.
Illegal shift. It is a legal shift is what they're calling it.
Are they?
Yeah. Seahawks.
Oh, great. First and 15 so far. They are in field goal range, but would like to get some more out of that. And now here's 1st and 15. And looks like there's another flag. And that's on the offense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Tampa Bay is keeping it close with San Francisco right now, 7-10.
And now here's a 1st and 20. Gives it to Charbonnet. And that's going to be a second down. And they are just on the brink of being out of the field goal range, unfortunately. And it looks like the Buccaneers have gotten on the board with a touchdown. We need the Buccaneers to win. That goes to Mike Evans, my fantasy wide receiver. 2nd and 22. Geno Smith's got to at least get some yardage on the. At this point, it's going to be all about the field goal. And here's Smith getting pressured, and here's the pass, and that is caught by Bobo. And that's going to be a 3rd down, and I think about a 17. So maybe get at least 7 or so yards. And did Bobo even maintain possession of that? It kind of looked like it hit the ground, but I can't really tell on that one. And now we're at a 3rd and 22. So that was considered incomplete. So he did not catch that one. Here's Smith. He's waiting. That looks really bad. And here's Charbonnet, and he's not going to really get anything. I think he should have just heaved that one. Did not like the play call on that.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're looking at a 4th down.
Yep. Sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit.
As if they already did.
Mm-hmm.
And now here is Jason Myers going for the field goal. And now here it is. And the kick is up. And it is good. Jason Myers with the field goal.
Yes.
And now the Seahawks are up by 10.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to hit the bathroom.
Okay. I'll keep them entertained unless you want to play your commercial.
Yeah, tell them a story about how annoying I am about fantasy football or something. I don't know. Be right back.
Okay. Yeah, Joseph really likes fantasy. So Rooftop Sports really likes fantasy. You know, they really get into it and stuff like that. Something they talk about a lot. We have a lot of conversations about it. We're in we're actually in technically 3 fantasy leagues together. We do football, men's basketball, and we do women's basketball. Actually, we started that last year, and it's been really exciting and fun to do it. I think it's a cool thing to do because I'm a really big statistical person, and Joe and Rooftop Sports really likes actually the whole thing of just like what they like is they just love like sports in general. They love talking about sports, being engaged, and by doing this, it kind of keeps us both more engaged in the whole sports thing. So me, C Films, and him, Rooftop Sports, we do a lot of like leagues together. We've been doing our basketball league for like what was it, over 10 years, and we've been doing our football league for the last few years. We've kind of got into this and stuff. So I kind of like became part of his league because at first I didn't want to do football because I thought I was like, well, it's like I wasn't that big on football, but now in the last like couple of years, I've gotten a lot more into football. So football's kind of become my thing. It's kind of like replaced my basketball interest a little bit. Yeah, because Seattle doesn't have a team right now. We're missing a team. It's kind of sad not having a basketball team here. Hopefully we can get a team back.
And I am back.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta check out my fantasy football team.
Yes.
And the scoreboard says I am up by 23 because of that Mike Evans touchdown. I am now up 87.3 to 64.7, and its projections say that I am going to win, but there's still plenty of football left.
Mm-hmm.
But so you never know. Brock Purdy could do some things for the 49ers because that's his quarterback. Mm-hmm. And another kick, and it goes right to the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Well, as long as Gino gets me 14, he did better than Jared Goff this week.
You have Geno Smith playing this week, right?
Yeah, I don't have Jared Goff.
Jared Goff is a very streaky quarterback, I must say.
He's had some really good weeks and some really bad weeks, but some of his good weeks, Gino plays good the same week. So it's like, yeah, like he's averaging 17.6 for this.
And now
season,
here
which better.
is Matthew Stafford on the play action-ish, and he's getting pressured. He has to move away from the pocket, and that's going to be incomplete. And Epic C Films, you have a camera like I do, right?
Well, the video camera? No, I don't have a video camera like yours. I have an old like picture camera.
Oh, but it wouldn't work for like webcamming.
I don't know if it would work for webcamming. It's like an old like Canon like Rebel. It's like,
I can check it out and I can try to set it up.
Yeah, it's a Rebel. It's a Rebel 3.
Show it to me at halftime. I'll see if I can set it up. I think I know how to set it up. And Jamal Adams is out today. Just didn't even realize that.
I didn't realize that either.
It's 10-0. We're looking at a 2nd and 10. The clock is going down. And here is Stafford looking to pass. He's getting the quick throw. And that is dropped by Cooper. Not Cooper Kupp. That was Higbee. I would think he would catch that one at least.
What's so interesting is the fall of the Rams since the Super Bowl. They've fallen so much worse than like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I know. At least the Buccaneers were competing for at least a couple more seasons. And here is Stafford. Yeah. He is pressured. And is he going to go down? Stafford just escaped the sack. But now that's going to be a 3 and out. And the Rams are just completely struggling. But the Seahawks still have to score. No mercy. Where's my Cobra Kai shirt? Nope, not here with me. Nearly got sacked. Got any plans for Thanksgiving?
No plans right now. No plans at all.
And here is the punt. And that was a big one to DJ Dallas. And you definitely think he's going to run for that one. He's getting some yardage. Got at least 10 yards on that. But good defensive stop by the Seahawks. And now they have another opportunity to keep this going.
Yeah. How many more seasons can they keep the Rams coach around before they decide to because if this trend stays up, will they keep him around much longer?
Well, I don't know if he is necessarily the problem. I think it's just the team is just old and aging, especially when you have an aging quarterback in Matthew Stafford.
Well, Cooper Kupp's still pretty young. And their defensive guys is old, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like, do you just like replace it with younger players? Because he's not a bad coach. I don't think he's a bad coach, but I'm like, how many more seasons can you be like, losing this?
Like
bad?
how much longer can you like get that free pass?
Yeah, because last year they blamed it on injuries, so he got a free pass for injuries. This year, the two guys that were mainly hurt came back, so they're still not getting any better. They're slightly better than last year.
All right, let me do a quick recording.
Okay.
All right, it goes this. The Arizona Diamondbacks with a young promising team nearly made the World Series. Wait, hold on. The Arizona Diamondbacks with a young promising team. The Arizona Diamondbacks with a young promising team nearly made the playoffs and made it to the World Series. But knowing their bottom 10 payroll, I don't think a run by Arizona would happen. And there is no mention of the Arizona Diamondbacks being interested in him. But hey, at least in history, the Arizona Diamondbacks did sign Randy Johnson back in 1999. That is 1 down, 29 teams to go for the recording. So I think that's a new formula for my commercial breaks. I'm just going to spend it by recording some future videos. I think that would be more productive than playing really stupid, commercials?
Yeah.
Like really, because those 90s commercials were just getting dry, and it just felt, didn't you get the feel that it was just too unoriginal?
Yeah.
And it was really repetitive.
Yeah. Well, one thing I do is like throughout the games, I'll post like score updates about things. And it's like just on my Twitter, my X. So I'll do that on X. And it's like, okay, what's the stadium next to them? I see another stadium like right next to them.
The old Los Angeles the Great Western Forum.
Oh, okay. And what's that for?
That's where the Lakers used to play.
Oh, well, they just leave it there. Did they ever use it for anything?
Maybe for college stuff, I think. And now here is a 1st and 10. Fakes it to Charbonnet. Here is Smith with the pass to Charbonnet. Gets some yards on that, and he got tripped up. Was getting close to that first down, but Charbonnet is looking really good. Honestly, I think I like Charbonnet more than Kenneth Walker, in my opinion. And now they're showing. Looks like they're showing Sean McVay, who was once an offensive coordinator for the Washington Redskins back then, and Shane Waldron is the Rams' assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
And now Shane Waldron's working for the Seahawks. Waldron was an understudy of Sean McVay. 2nd and 2. And here is Dallas. He was faked. And now here is Smith with the big pass. And that is caught by DK Metcalf. And he is still going. He's still up. And he finally gets down. What a big pass by Geno Smith. And the Seahawks are in the red zone.
Yep.
Seahawks are giving me a lot to work with so far. Just look at this so far.
Mm-hmm.
You love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Means I'll have a lot of shorts going out.
Mm-hmm. What's also interesting is people don't realize, but like you think Sean McVay is a lot older than he really is. He's only 37.
Wow, he's only like 6 years older than me. That's scary.
Yeah.
And now 3 seconds left on the clock. And here's Charbonnet. Can he get some more? And he does bruise at least for a few yards on that.
Mm-hmm.
And looks like there's some scuffling going on between Will Dissly and the Rams. No known flags to be thrown out so far. And now here is Smith on a 2nd and goal. He tosses it to Charbonnet, and that's not going to get anything done. Loss of yards on that one. That was just too predictable. I think that was where you should have passed that one. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to blame Geno Smith, but I will blame it's the play call. It wasn't a great play call. Aaron Donald already set that pressure. He already knew what was going to happen. Charbonnet had a nice little shove, though. Going to be a 3rd and goal. Look at that nice Jumbotron screen.
Yeah. It's an interesting one.
4 for 6, the Seahawks are on 3rd down conversions. Clock is going down to 3. They got to get this off, and he does. And here's Smith going for the pass. He's already pressured. He has to throw it away. He was barely outside of the pocket. That's going to be a 4th and goal, which means the Seahawks are going to have to kick that field goal. You're not going for that one.
So
yeah.
The next youngest coach is actually Kevin O'Connell. He's 38, and he's the coach of the Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
And now there's a flag.
There's a flag, isn't there?
Yes, I think they're going to call it intentional grounding.
Yep, intentional grounding. I kind of felt that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It's going to be a 4th and goal.
Huh.
And the kick is up. And it is good. Another field goal done by Jason Myers. And now they're going to be up 13-0. And take over for this one. I got some things to take care of.
Yeah, no problem. I got it. Woohoo! So the Seahawks are up 13-0, which is really good. We're actually playing really strong right now. So anybody in the chat, what's your favorite actual, football team?
Like to me, I really like the Seahawks. I grew up in the area, so I really actually understand and I really support them a lot because I'm like a local person for that team. But what else? What teams do you like? If I had to go for a root for another team beyond the Seahawks, one of the teams I do like is I like the Detroit Lions and their storyline. I have family who's from that area, so kind of that's something to be interested in and see what's going on with that team. But it's just the Seahawks are my main team. Yeah, that's why on my fantasy team I have so many Seahawks things. I have Geno Smith, the quarterback, on my fantasy team. Who else do I have on my fantasy team? Well, I have Tyler Lockett, the wide receiver, and I have the Seahawks defense. Yes, Pete Carroll is known for his good defenses. So that's why I have the Seahawks defense. So does anybody have any questions or comments? Please feel free to chat in the chat. I really would appreciate your comments. I actually put a tweet out about the first quarter score. My tweet's actually doing really well for the first quarter score. Okay, here we go, everybody. Here we go. Okay, the Rams have the ball. They pass the ball. They hand the ball off to the running back. The running back runs and gets about 6 yards. Gets 6 yards off of that run. Okay. So our running back was number 29, and Matthew Stafford is their quarterback. He actually handed off the ball. So here we go. Here we go. So they're showing Sean McVay on the sidelines. They're showing some of the Seahawks. I don't know, is that the offensive or defensive coordinator? Somebody on the sidelines. Let's see here. Okay. So it's 2nd and 4 for the Rams. 2nd and 4. Okay. He tosses the ball off to his running back, number 24. 24 keeps running. He gets the first down, and he gets extra yards after the first down. Oh, Cooper Kupp's limping. So Cooper Kupp's limping off to the sideline. That doesn't look like a good sign for the Los Angeles Rams. At least he's actually still standing up. So that's one good sign that he's still standing up. Ooh.
And I am back. And here is Matthew Stafford fakes it. And here is a quick toss. And that's going to be another first down. And all of a sudden, the Rams offense has just all of a sudden woken up. Oh, and I have a quiz question for you, Epic C. What do you think my absence was all about?
About work. Don't quit your day job.
Okay, you guys say it the right way.
Oh, work? Oh, hashtag don't quit your day job?
Yes. It just keeps happening.
Yes, it does.
In a 1st and 10
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 minutes left, or less than 3 minutes left in the quarter. Shall I say half? And here's Stafford. He hands it off, and that is going to be a few yards on that one. Life is about multitasking. Would you agree?
Yes. Part of it is. Mm-hmm.
And now we are looking at a 2nd and 7. And a man in motion. And clock is going down. And is that a timeout called, or is that a delay of game? Nope, quarter. That is now down to the 2-minute warning. So they kind of tanked that one. Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm. Yep, here I go. Okay, and so boom. So those are all going pretty good. Let's see what else I have going on here.
How's your football team doing? Tell me about that.
Oh, it's going good. My football team is going well right now.
It looks like you're like on the way of winning.
Yeah, I'm only 9 points behind the team.
That's good.
Yeah, and like right now, they have 2 players left playing, and I still have 2 players that haven't even started playing yet. They play Monday night, so the Philadelphia Eagles. So as long as they do something on Monday night, I should win this. Projection is I should win by like 19 points. So that's going to hurt you because that'll get me up a win.
Thanks for letting me know that. You're putting me in a difficult position. You're beating me in basketball, and now you're beating me in football. But wait, there's something that I have, but you don't. At least I'm 2012 fantasy basketball champion, and I'm 2022 fantasy football champion.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to that?
You might have more champions, but it's what matters now than your history. Mm-hmm. Because the history always repeat itself? Not necessarily.
I'm saving that. It will say trash talk.
Yeah. Dirty Baseball says, "Go Hawks."
Dirty baseball! Yep. We got a comment! Woo! Comment! Hey, Dirty Baseball, how's it going? Also, if you don't mind, if you can like put in a few bucks in there. Yeah. Make it rain in Seattle. See what I did there? YouTube is probably going to demonetize me for that. And now here is a 2nd and 7. Here is Stafford. He gets it to his open man, and he's going for big yards on that one. And that's a first down. What I'm going to do is on that one, so I have that whole trash talking thing, and then you're going to say, oh yeah, well, history, and then you go, and I'm going to go, and then there's that part where Ice Cube and like Chris Tucker, I think, is going to go, dang!
Okay.
Here's a 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. He's got plenty of time. He's going for the pass, and that is caught, and they are in the red zone. Hey, D-Money, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Hopefully, just so you know, I have a donation goal of $50 today. Let's make that happen. And if you do make that happen, what should the award or punishment be for myself? If anyone's got any ideas, let me know. We got a 5 of 10 for Matthew Stafford. We're at first and goal, man in motion, and that's a big run-ish, but that's going to be at least 5 yards, so that is not going to help at all.
But we still stopped them. Remember last time we stopped them here, so let's see if we can do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
Timeout. Seahawks go another timeout.
Oh, boy. They're just burning the timeouts.
But you don't get those timeouts for the second half. They don't roll over. That'd be an interesting thing if the timeouts rolled over to the second half. That would change the whole game plan for teams.
Really would, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Having 6 timeouts going into like the fourth quarter, wouldn't that be crazy?
It would be. And now here is a second and goal. And here is Stafford. He fakes the handoff. Here's the pass. And that's going to be at least a short gainage on that. But that's going to be a third down. If we could at least get them limited to a field goal, that would actually be considered a wild success.
Mm-hmm. Watch them go for it if they're that close on fourth again.
I don't know if they would do it again this time.
Well, it depends if they're at like the 1 yard line, would they go for it?
No. But knowing it's a rivalry game, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Because they really want to beat the Seahawks more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And now here is a third and goal. Clock is going down. And that should be a delay of game, unless it's a timeout has been called. Timeout's been called by the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks will receive in the second half, so that is the good news. If the Rams could just be held to a field goal, I think it would be, like I said, it would be a wild success.
Mm-hmm.
And also, at some point, I'm going to find that Bob Mario Smith video.
Okay.
So we'll see. And now here is a third and goal for Matthew Stafford. And here he is, going to pass. And here is the pass. And that is going to be caught for the touchdown. And the Rams, oh, wow. There was a little bit of a little shove going on. But Rams do score right before the end of the half. That was Paul Nuka. It's going to be third touchdown this season. And just like that, this is a brand new ball game. Well, take me through that drive, Epic C. What did you see through that entire drive?
Well, our defense didn't hold up as well as it did before. I think that's one of the things that the thing is. And like, if you give Matthew Stafford enough time, he can pass the ball and do a good pass. So I think it's like getting to him and putting more pressure on him is something we need to do throughout the game.
They do. He never doesn't. The defensive line just never gets to the quarterback, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're at the line. It's good.
Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Seahawks are going to definitely take the knee. I don't think they're going to go for anything more.
Well, it's only 9 seconds.
Yeah, so that's like, what's the point of going for like anything? At least they're going to have like some kind. Hopefully, there'll be like a big kick return of miracle. Who knows?
If there is a big kick return, they'll try to go and like
hit
maybe
the field goal.
like,
No, but the clock will be gone by then.
Maybe. Well, you know what the other team's going to do? They're just going to kick it out into the end zone, so you just get a touchback basically.
Yeah.
So with 9 seconds, what do you do?
13-7 Seahawks. They are.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but they are just barely hanging on.
I think the Seahawks are doing fine. I don't have nothing to worry about. I'm not
I
worried.
do. I have everything to worry about for the Seahawks.
I think they're doing good. I think the Seahawks are doing fine. They're playing a good game.
They're okay. Geno Smith gets this. That's all he gets from me. And looks like that's going to be a touchback, and Geno Smith is more than likely going to just take the knee.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would do the same if I were them.
Well, you can get a really quick out, but I don't think you really want to risk it. A quick, like, one out and then take the, or throw the ball down the field and try to get a big bomb and then try to kick a field goal.
Who knows? Yep, they took the knee, and that's going to be the end of the half.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. And now let's do some commercials, shall we, for the half.
Okay.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
And if you would like those services, give a call at 206-992-4465, 206-992-4465, and use the Modern Exterior code, Modern Rooftop, to get 10% or 20% back on your first services. Again, that will be 20%. And also, be right back. I got to take my dogs to the bathroom. They got to do something, right? But anyways, let's talk about some Seahawks first half stuff.
Okay, I got it. Woohoo! So the Seahawks right now, one of the things that's going on with the Seahawks is the fact that the Seahawks, one of the things they did was they didn't get when they had scoring opportunities, they had to kick field goals. So one of their opportunities they got a touchdown, the other two opportunities they got field goals. So that's still good. They're still scoring. They're still generating points. That's still a good momentum builder throughout the game. It just was that last drive, their defense didn't hold up well, but their defense did hold up really well on that one when the Rams actually risked it. They went down the field and the Rams risked it. They did 3 runs in a row. And then they did a pass, and that was something that the Seahawks really capitalized on because they really stood their ground. They really stood their ground on that one. But you can't always – sometimes you just can't always stand your ground, and so sometimes that's what happens during some of the drives that you're on. So it's partially it's on the defense, but partially it's like can the offense kind of pick it up and kind of get over the hump of having to settle for field goals because you say 2/3 of our scoring opportunities were field goals over actually touchdowns. So that's just something we need to work on. So those are two things I noticed that we need to work on. I think our defense is still playing well. I think they had one really, like I said, that one series was a really good stop. When they were in the red zone and the Rams were in the red zone, they stopped them. And so I thought that was really good. One thing that we noticed is that Cooper Kupp is out. Cooper Kupp hasn't been playing because he limped off the field. He was still standing. So I don't know if Cooper Kupp's going to come back in the second half. Because that's like their best receiver on the Rams is Cooper Kupp. So that's kind of, I think, what's going on in the game so far. Does anybody have any comments or things? What do people think about what's going on with the game so far? Because that's some of the highlights that I see, some of the things that I've seen in the game. And I see there's some people who have put comments in the chat. I see there's Dirty Baseball says Cooper Cup is hurt. D Money hashtag 81. I am back. So thank you very much for being here, everybody. I really do appreciate you all stopping by. Thank you for being part and coming to the Rooftop Sports. I am C Films. Yes, C Films. If you know what that is short for, because my name's actually short for something. Yes. If you wanted to know. Seahawks at halftime are up 13-7 over the Los Angeles Rams. I almost got my halftime post done. So Seattle. Okay, see it. So I'm writing a post for X. I write score updates for my X and I profile, and it says. So I wrote here. It says Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks at halftime. Seattle Seahawks at halftime are up 13-7 over the Los Angeles Rams. Hashtag Seahawks. Hashtag Rams. I think that's good enough. I don't think I need to put too much other detail in there. And Seattle Seahawks at halftime are up 13-7 over the Los Angeles Rams. Hashtag Seahawks. Hashtag Rams. Let's put this down. I think we're good. And let's put this down and let's post this. So let me post this in a few seconds and we're good to go. So Seattle Seahawks at halftime. So Seattle Seahawks at halftime are up 13-7 over the Los Angeles Rams. Hashtag Seahawks. Hashtag LA Rams. And post. Seattle Seahawks at halftime are up 13-7 over the Los Angeles Rams. Hashtag Seahawks. Hashtag LA Rams. Boom. So does anybody have any questions or comments for me? I think the Seahawks are playing well so far. I think they're doing what they need to do to keep keep their lead in this game. I think they're going to have another good second half. I think Gino is doing great with the passing today. And so I think that's some of the things I see with the Seahawks and kind of what's going on with this game. And this would be a huge win because on Thursday we have to come back. And on Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, we have to play the actual 49ers. We have 49ers at home on Thursday. Stay tuned to that game. Thursday is going to be a huge game.
Yep, Seahawks. I am unsure if I'm going to be on that one. But let's go over that halftime. So right now the Seahawks are up 13-7. Mm-hmm. It was a touchdown to DK Metcalf and 2 field goals by Jason Myers. Mm-hmm. Seahawks had a critical stop at the red zone on 4th down. But unfortunately, we saw that the Seattle Seahawks did give up a defensive touchdown eventually with really big passes and drives that was done by Matthew Stafford. So any positives that we should take away from this first half at least?
Yes, the positive is that our defense can actually stop somebody at the goal line. That is a good sign that our defense actually has some strength and some ability to make sure that they don't get in the end zone. I think that one drive showed that we have the capability of putting some pressure on them, especially them going for it on 4th down and not getting it. That was a huge for us. That was huge. So you could say, was our defense really good or was their just pass not great? Their connection on the pass not great. So I think that was something that I saw that was a big thing with the defense there.
Yeah, absolutely. And hold on, I got to do some tweeting. Seahawks versus Rams. Seahawks barely. And yeah, I mean, good defense. That was done. A lot of 3-and-outs that they did force out, but I would have still liked to see Geno Smith complete some of those drives. And some things that really just mind boggled me was when I saw some passes on a 3rd and 1, which in my opinion just didn't really make any sense at all. Mm-hmm. So I think they should have they're on that 3rd and 1. I think they should have just ran the ball, but maybe the Rams saw that coming, so maybe they just wanted to fake them out. But they could have done anything else, maybe a short play action pass, just anything, but a huge unnecessary throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying about that, but like it's like you have to make these decisions in your play calling because you're like you said, you're trying to like decide, okay, do I do the traditional thing and always go with like the most obvious answer? Do I just run it? Yes, that could be successful, but sometimes you want to throw people off, because sometimes if you throw them off, you get a bigger play in return of just like a 2-yard run on a
Yeah,
4th
but
and 1.
even then, I still would have like rather, because that means you would just eat the clock rather than rushing it. So that way the Rams wouldn't have had much time to score on that touchdown.
Yeah.
All right, and now since that's the half, I got to do this again.
Call Smith. Call Mr. Smith. Call Smith. Call Mr. Smith. Call Smith. Call Mr. Smith. Hello?
I want to quit college
Why?
because I got a bad grade.
I'll meet you in 5.
Okay.
Why are you here?
I already told you that.
Tell me in more detail.
I failed CSS 162, and it's pretty unlikely I'll get into the major.
Do you really want to
Yes,
be
yes,
a coder?
yes, with all my passion. But I just can't get in the program, and I never will.
Why do you want to be a coder?
Because it's something that I followed throughout my life, and I really want to use this for a great opportunity.
Why do you want to quit?
Because I just don't feel the point of just wasting all away my money and everything.
You're going to make $1 million more in your lifetime than someone who is not have a degree. Also, most people in college stay in college now for almost 5 years, so they have most likely retooken classes. It's no big deal.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. I will achieve my dream, and I'll work hard, as I will have the intangibles to do so.
Don't dream.
I think I want to make a YouTube version of that where there's like a time in like July where I was really struggling, and I want to do that video all over again when I'm struggling, and I'm saying I'm going to quit making YouTube videos, and then have you do that whole, like what would you have said? Like let's like practice it. So it'd be like,
Yeah.
so I'm just really frustrated. Oh, I'm not getting the views, or I'm not getting the subs, and then it'll be call Mr. Smith again. Should we do the Mr. Smith?
We could do Mr. Smith, and some of the advice I would give is like, there's so many people and so much competition in the actual like YouTube game that you have to like, find your niche and follow through. Consistency is key.
All right, yeah, it'll be something like that. All right, it'll be ring, 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 ring. All right, you answer it.
Hello, this is Mr. Smith, Bob Mario Smith. How is your day?
I want to quit YouTube
Why?
because my sub count is not going up as much as I should. Oh, and looks like second half's about to start. I think we should make something like that together.
Okay. Yeah.
And now here is the kick, and the Seahawks, they get the ball back in the second half, and it goes into the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Ross, interesting name, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
It is now 13-7 Seahawks. Camera showing Sean McVay. And although Veterans Day has been over, looks like they are still honoring the veterans. They're making that's what I like about the NFL. They are making it all about the veterans in November. I
Yeah.
do think that is a very respectable thing that the NFL is doing. Very classy move. And now here is a 1st and 10. Jackson Smith-Jigba is helping out for the blocking. And now here's Charbonnet. He was actually faked. And here is Smith going for the pass. And dropped by Will Dissly. That was right to him. And he dropped it like Jeremy Stevens did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they do during October? They do cancer awareness.
Cancer awareness.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, the pink month.
Yeah. So they do different things for every month just to like show that they care.
But they do care, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of charity. We're at 2nd and 10 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Geno Smith trying to make some changes. Got 5 seconds left on the play clock. And here is Smith. Quick pass to Tyler Lockett. And he gets some more. And that will be down to around the 3rd and 2.
Yes.
But do you mind if I post that video, C-Films? I'm going to post it someday.
Yeah, that's fine. You can post it. It's not a big deal. I'm fine with it.
We're looking at a 3rd and 2. Let's try to get this conversion, shall we? To keep this ball going. And now here's Smith looking to pass. And he goes for the pass, and that is incomplete once again. This is the frustrations I have with Geno Smith, that he does not finish these drives. He just lets it dry. But yes, I'm going to post that video real soon.
Mm-hmm. But if you think about the philosophy of Pete Carroll, he's more of a defensive-minded coach, so he focuses on that. So if our defense stands up well enough, the offense doesn't have to do too much work to win the game. You have to be good enough, but not amazing as an offense.
We're at 4th down and 2. And the kick by Michael Dixon. It's going to go all the way down to the 5. Just missed the tackle, ripped the jersey. But that will be still below the 20-yard line. Mm-hmm. So Stafford's got some ground to work, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we're back on commercial break, and the Rams are 3-6. Seahawks have got to win this game. And all right, let's go back. And then you I guess you try to shake my hand or something, and I'll go, no, I'm not going to shake your hand.
Yes. And then it's like, I want to see you in person today because I know you're struggling a lot. And I feel like my presence can really help you move forward. I've done social media and I've done like video making before, and it's a tough game to be in. But if you really are passionate about this, never give up.
Hold on. Well, first we go, so why are you here? Well, I want to be a YouTuber, and it's been my dream, but it's just nothing is happening. Like, it's just so frustrating. The subs aren't coming in. I'm getting almost no views. Like, I'm really just close to quitting.
Well, remember, it is a tough game, but if you're really passionate about it, your passion will show through and people will want to support you. But if you really want to give up, why?
Well, because I have nothing going on right now. And also, although I have my watch hours, I have to get my sub count by like the end of December or it's over.
Don't give up. I see the passion in you when you make these videos. I see how happy you are and how much energy and how much you take out of your life to do this. So don't give up. But, what other responsibilities do you have besides this that's holding you back?
Okay, now it's going a little bit too long. Like,
okay.
Oh, Jeff, we're just kidding. I'm not quitting this channel at all. No, we're just staging. We're coming up with some video ideas, so we're not going to quit. But thank you for your concerns.
Yes.
But yes, then you're going to go something like. Then you have to give me some kind of inspiration of like, you just stay consistent kind of thing, and then I'll go. Thank you, Mr. Smith. I will succeed with my YouTube channel and take your advice, and I will have the intangibles to do so. And I just leave. And what do you say?
Don't drink.
I think we should do that. But I gotta release this old video.
Yeah.
And then it will totally make sense. We're doing it for sake of nostalgia.
Don't drink. It's like, don't smoke.
I'll make a video going, the time Rooftop Sports wanted to quit YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, Jeff, I'm not quitting. But we are back to commercial break. It is now 6-3. Seahawks are now 6-3, 13-7. And Jeff, if you would like to do so, donate to the channel or hit that subscribe button or do whatever you can. But yep, my subscriber count is at 1071, 29 away from 1100. I've had a pretty solid month with the subs. I also made about $2 today in YouTube. So I'm pretty proud of myself on that. We're at 2nd and 10. And now here is Matthew Stafford. He has got so much time, and now it's starting to break down, and Stafford's on the run, and he is actually going to run it out and get like 1 yard. But it's 3rd down and 9. But with Matthew Stafford, with that time that he has been given, you really don't want to underestimate him. He is still a solid quarterback. It's just that this team is just aging out. And don't forget that they have a lot of cap room just blown up as well. A lot of cap space. They may not have much in the cap because they paid all that money to like Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Aaron Donald. So they had to like pay that money to keep these guys. And now we are looking at a 3rd and 7. 12:48 left in this quarter. 3 seconds left on the play clock, and it looks like it's going down. Barely gets it off in time. And here's Matthew Stafford going for the pass, wide open, and that's going to be a 1st down. And there's a flag at least, so maybe that'll be a holding call, or it could be. We'll find out what it is. It's like there's some confusion going on between the referees.
Looks like I found a list here, and they're saying that the Jets are the oldest team. The Jets are.
Looks like holding is on the offense, so that is going to be a 3rd down, a repeat of a 3rd down.
Yeah, the Jets are the oldest team by age. They're 27 years, 4 months, and 2 days.
Seahawks have to be one of the younger teams then.
The youngest team is actually, they're saying, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep. Oh, now they're the youngest team, huh?
Yeah, Seahawks are 25th on the list. So
it is now 3rd and 17. Cooper Kupp is not playing right now, but he's still trying to get loose. And here it is. And that is tipped. Looks like there's someone that's tweeting. It is Jackson Feltz. He goes, 3 words, East Coast bias. It is still very, very real. And if UW isn't top 4 on Tuesday, no, it's because the Huskies. It's not East Coast biased. It's the fact that Huskies have a terrible point differential.
But they've played the most.
Oh, looks like there is a fumble going on. Did the Seahawks get the ball? Yeah, DJ Dallas really did fumble that one. But I think the Seahawks got the ball back anyway. But if they don't, that's trouble.
UW's played the most ranked teams of like all the major schools. That's why people are upset.
Oh, so it was pretty much a nothing burger anyway. Yep, so Seahawks did catch a break on that one because of the penalty. So even if the Rams recovered that, it wouldn't have mattered.
But they would have a re-kick it or something?
No, it's going to be the 15-yard. Maybe they will do a re-kick, but who knows?
I don't know.
But I have a question on the whole Huskies thing. So do you think there is an East Coast bias on the rankings, or do you think that UW just needs to widen their point differential?
I think there is an East Coast bias because the Pac-12 hasn't been good as good as the other 4 major like sports leagues for years. They have, and because they have had less ranked teams. And this is the first year that the Pac-12 has had more ranked teams than other conferences. If you look at who UW's played, they've played the most ranked teams of any of the like teams that haven't lost a game yet. Everybody else has played less. And so when you're playing tougher competition, ranked schools more often, your point differential is going to be actually lower. It's not going to be as big. So I think there is a bias there because look at who Florida State played last week. They played some like non-ranked school, and it was like some no-name school, and they almost lost to them. And now their quarterback's injured for the rest of like the season.
I guess.
So that's how I look at it. It's just the point of view is that we've played so many.
Oh, crap. Brock Purdy just threw a touchdown pass. And he's against me in fantasy.
Okay. Yeah. So that's I think why people are upset. It's just because if you look at UW, they played the most ranked teams. They played 3 ranked teams in like the last 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
They played Oregon State, they played USC, and they played somebody else. It was like they played like 3 ranked teams, and it was like the amount of teams they played. And then like some of the schools they played now are ranked now, like Arizona. When they played them, they weren't ranked. Now they're ranked. So it's tough. Now, let's see here. Let me look it up here.
It looks like we are back from the break.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a quick Instagram picture.
Okay.
Look at Tyler Lockett's smiling face. And now we're at a 1st and 10. And here is Charbonnet. He's been getting some carries. He actually muscles his way for at least a few yards on that one.
Mm-hmm. It was UW played 4 ranked teams this year.
Yeah, so they didn't play enough ranked. So, of course, they're not going to get top 4.
No, they played 4 ranked teams. If you look at like what Michigan's played, they played like 1 ranked team like all season long or something so far.
Is Michigan ranked higher?
Yes.
Are they?
Yeah, Michigan's ranked higher than us. And I think they've only played like 1 ranked team all season.
And now here is Geno Smith looking to pass. He's lost it, and he's going to take the sack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michigan's only played 1 ranked team, and it was Penn State, and they have 1 ranked team left to play, and that's like their last game of the season against Ohio State. So that's why I think people are upset, is because UW's played more ranked teams than anyone else of the top like teams.
Yeah, but UW's point differential isn't good.
But when you play tougher teams, your point differential is going to be lower. When you play easier teams, you're going to have a super high point differential. So
and now we are at 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
Here is Geno Smith. He is going to be looking to pass. He is losing it. And now here is DJ Dallas, and that's not going to get much at all. And Dallas did almost get to the 1st down, but that's still not going to be enough, and they're going to be forced to punt once again.
Are they going to punt, or are they going to go are they in field goal range?
It is now. No, they're not going to go for it. They're in their own territory, so there is no way they're going to go for it.
Well, they're 4th and 1.
Oh, looks like they are going for it.
Yeah.
All right. I guess they're going to go for it. And now we're at 4th and 1. But if they don't get this stop, they're in trouble. And now here's Smith looking to pass. And here is the pass. He gets it complete to Charbonnet. And that's going to be a 1st down.
Woo!
Okay, so they took the risk and it paid off.
Yeah, because they were at that point where you could either kick a field goal or punt it, and it's better just to go for it at that point. Yeah, because it would have been like a 50-yard field goal from there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're at 1st and 10. Here's Smith going for a big pass that's over to DK. Not even close. But hey, Smith thought of me. He's trying to help my fantasy team out.
Yes.
But that run could have been a little bit better for DK. I don't think he put his 100% on that. Do you think he put his 100% on that?
No.
Because DK has kind of been on this down.
Yes.
It's because I drafted him in fantasy. That's why.
And you don't think it's... remember you always talk about the Madden curse?
Now it's the rooftops fantasy curse. Now we're at 2nd and 10, and now he gives it to Tyler Lockett or Charbonnet, and he gets a big run on that one, and there's going to be a flag. It's going to be a holding. It's going back. Oh, I'm so good at this. It was a holding call. Isn't that great?
Yeah, you figured it out.
It's 2nd and 20.
Yep, 2nd and 20.
Haven't had really meaningful things to note. Not at all.
Yep.
But here's Geno Smith working on a 2nd and 20. I think they're still within field goal range, so at least can get 3 points on this one. Just don't give up the... Oh, I don't think that's a field goal range. And here is Smith going for the pass. Gives it to DK Metcalf. Doesn't really get much. So that's going to be about a 3rd and 15.
Well, at least they got some yards out of it. It's better than
Some,
none.
but not much.
Yeah. We still have a third down.
Did get me a reception. I'm still up by 21 points. Still have a really good shot to win this game. And now we are at 3rd and 15. 13 seconds left on the play clock. And here's Smith. He's going to pass, and he's going to be overwhelmed. And that was nearly picked off. 4th and 15, and they're going to be forced to kick the field goal. As long as Jason Myers can get some field goals in there and the Seahawks can make the stop, then I think that is somewhat of a success.
Yeah. Because as long as we keep at least a 1 touchdown lead, we should be pretty good for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I would hope so. We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Jason Myers is now going for another field goal. This is going to be a 52-yard attempt. It's going to be a tough one, but at least you're in a dome kind of stadium, indoor. And here is the kick, and that is good. Another field goal for Jason Myers. I'm pretty sure I have him in fantasy. Do I have him in fantasy? I'm checking right now. I have him in fantasy. I added him at the last second as well.
Yeah.
Jason Myers does it again. He is carrying my team. He has now 15 points for my fantasy. I think I've won this game pretty much. Unless Brock Purdy gives like some 40 points. But look at this. I think I'm gonna win in fantasy. Woo-hoo-hoo! Hey, so do you think that's a good idea to do that? The Time Rooftop wanted to quit his YouTube channel.
It'd be fun. That'd be something fun to do.
It was like July 2022, and then my videos aren't really doing well at all.
Well, I replaced. I had Jason Myers. I replaced him. Now I have a different kicker. I have Jacksonville's kicker, Brandon McManus. Yeah, he got me 10 points today. So
Did Jacksonville win?
Yeah, they won. They won big, 34-14.
Who'd they play?
They played Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, Tennessee is just completely falling apart.
Yeah. But if Jason Myers gets more than 10 points, then they're doing better than my replacement kicker.
I think I won this game. Let's take a look at the other scores. We've got Jigbus with attitude. He's pretty much going to win. Belichick yourself. He pretty much already won. Cougar Advance is going to win. You still have a shot.
I have 2 players that haven't played yet. I have 2 players for Philadelphia.
And Chase D's nuts actually Fan Price still has a shot, maybe? Not really. But the bottom line is, I have a shot.
Mhm.
So if GGEZ is going to lose, that might put me in the playoffs.
It's so funny. Their tight end has the person I'm playing against. Their tight end has 0 points so far, and it's halftime. They have 0 points.
I need you to lose.
Well,
But I'll be 5-6. You'll be 5-6. So I think we're going to be tied for the playoffs.
yeah, but the interesting thing here is you look at this, like their two guys would have to have huge nights, and the one guy I don't think even has stepped in the game yet. Or no,
Ah.
he hasn't stepped in the game yet. So this guy basically hasn't played. The Jets tight end.
I see.
So literally, all you have to have Debo Samuel to have a really big game for like the last quarter.
Yep.
Is it the end of the third quarter? What time is it in our game?
It is now. We got third quarter. We got 8 minutes left. Stafford's got the ball right now. Single back formation, man in motion. And now Stafford's going to fake, but he is getting pressured already, and he's going to go for the pass, and that is caught, and that's going to be an easy first down right there. And now we're looking at a 1st and 10. Stafford hands the ball off and, trips up. And that's going to be now a second with a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks defense, for the most part, has been holding it down with the exception of that first down given. And that was actually the first down of that entire half for the Rams. Now here's Stafford on a 2nd and 13. He's got good protection, got pressure, has to go out of the pocket, and incomplete. We're now at 3rd and 13. Seahawks have to win this game to stay tied within the division.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do.
Because the 49ers are back in their winning ways right now. Third and 13. Four seconds left on the play clock. It is going down, and Stafford gets the ball off. He's going for the pass, and he goes for the short one. Looks like they're not going to get much, and that's going to be another 4th down, and the Rams are going to be forced to punt. The Seahawks defense is really holding it down in the third quarter. Hopefully, Geno Smith can take advantage of that and get some touchdowns because we can't just keep going for field goals. I mean, it's great for my fantasy team, but I want to see DK Metcalf help my fantasy team as well because I'm going for that repeat. I delusionally hope or thinking that I think I can get a repeat. Do you think my team is good enough for a repeat?
I don't think so.
Oh, man. Hey, I love haters. I won as a 4th seed. Don't forget about that. And that's going to be, well, Rams got the ball. The ball bounced forward. And we are, I guess, going into commercial break.
Based on how the standings are, potentially you and me would both be in the playoffs at 5 and 6, and then there would be like one team at 6 and 5, and there would be like 2 teams right behind us at like the same record. So before the same record, but I think you would have the tiebreaker over me, and then I would have the tiebreaker over whoever I'm.
No, you have the tiebreaker over me right now.
I don't because I lost you. Remember?
No, but point differentials.
Oh, they're saying it's over point differentials.
I think it's over point differentials.
Oh, okay, because I have the tiebreaker over you. But then look at this. I would technically beat the team that's at one of the teams.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. How are you Hey, Sleepy, how's it going?
But I'd beat auto draft, so I should have the tiebreaker over auto draft.
Yeah, so the tiebreakers don't really make sense.
Yeah, they're not doing the tiebreakers right in how they're setting it up.
They're really
Because
not.
you should be ahead of me. You should be ahead of me because you beat me.
I'm going to look it up. ESPN Fantasy Football Tiebreaker. Let's take a look at it for playoff seedings.
Yeah.
So first it is head-to-head record. And offensive points. But I beat you last time, didn't I?
Did I beat you earlier in the season?
I did. I beat you last week, so I really should have owned the tiebreaker. But maybe because you also have the most points.
Do I have the most points?
No, you have more points than I do.
I do have more points than you.
I should probably do it by. I should probably change it to point differential.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are you gonna
Also,
change it to tiebreakers.
Yeah. Yeah, for tiebreakers maybe. And also, reminder to everyone: please consider donating to this channel. The goal is 50, so let's make it happen by the end of this show. For the ones that are watching, or another thing is join my membership, $5 a month. Texans stay hot against the Cardinals. They have now won their third straight game. Lions beat the Bears.
Yeah. It looked like the Bears were going to take that game, but they didn't.
Bears are at least fighting. And now we've got a 1st and 10 for Geno Smith. Charbonnet is on the motion. And here's Smith looking to pass. And that is caught by Tyler Lockett. And that's going to be a first down right there.
Yes,
Seahawks are trying to race the ball as quickly as they can. Or maybe they're trying to just take their time so the Rams can't get the ball. Toronto Raptors won 142-113, if you care about that.
Oh, wow. That's a huge...
Too many points are scoring. This game's not the same. 192 yards, Geno Smith, and 1 touchdown so far. And now here is Charbonnet. They're handing it to him, and he is going to get at least a few yards on that. But yeah, the best I can really do is 3 of 5 if I can get rebounds. No, I'm already leading on rebounds. Actually, there's really nothing I can do. It's going to be 6 and 2.
I think you can get steals back on me.
Not really.
Not steals. Assist. I think assist you can come back on me.
Sad about Walker getting hurt, but at least the game's looking good so far. Yep, Walker is hurt, doubtful to return. And looks like the defense got an audible. I think they're going to blitz this one on the 2nd and 6. And yep, they are blitzing. And here's Smith overwhelmed, and he's going to go down for the sack. He should have saw that coming. You should have saw that coming, that was going to be a sack.
No, I calculated the scores last night. I was just like thinking about the scores. The one thing you can come back on me with, because you're down by 11 right now, is you can come back on me on assist. So you could take assist from me and get 3 and 5. Because I don't have no assist guys really playing tonight. I have 1 assist person. All the rest of my guys are like big men. So
3rd and 14.
Let's see what we got here. We got this. Big catch. Where's Tyler Lockett?
And that's going to be a screen pass, and Charbonnet is not going to really get much. It's going to be a 3rd and 10, and they're definitely going to punt the ball. They're not even in field goal range. They're not close enough to a first down. They got to kick. They're going to punt.
Yeah, this is the punt situation. I understand that. Yeah.
Geno Smith is still not finishing these drives.
No, but so I don't know how many drives he had this night, but have we scored on more than half our drives?
Maybe like half.
Okay. So I don't know what the percentage of drives teams score on. I don't know what the average is to compare that to.
And that's going to be caught by, not much yards on that one. And there's going to be another flag. Man, this has been a flag football game all day.
Yes.
Half the distance to the goal. That helps the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Got 3 concurrent views so far. Help me.
Sweet.
Get that donations going in there.
Sweet.
All right, I'm gonna show you another quick video. I don't know if you can hear it very well.
Okay.
I just want you to see if you like the hook. So this is about the Mariners admitting that they may not get this baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Why Ohtani may not be part of the Mariners' plans? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
So you may have just read that article. So what do you think of that? Do you think that was like a good hook?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You like that?
'Cause-
No.
Yeah, I get why some people would be upset, but do you really want to wait for a whole year while they recover from injury? Pay a guy to sit around for a year.
Oh, you know about that, do you?
What?
You know about Ohtani, do you?
Yeah. He's like the one baseball player that people talk about.
He can still hit.
Oh, so you can still play for the next year?
He can still play, just can't pitch.
Oh, okay. But do you need him as a pitcher when he's such a good hitter? Okay.
No, we need him as a hitter.
Yeah.
Mariners have the pitching.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is would you rather pay Ohtani $40 million a year, or pay a guy
$60 million? They're saying.
Oh, $60 million a year, or go pay another guy for $30 million and get 2 $30 million guys that might actually do just as well.
No, I want Ohtani. There's no cap space, so who cares?
Okay.
He's got up their budget, up the payroll. I'm not saying that spending money guarantees. I'm just saying up your chances.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is if Ohtani was that good, and here's the thing: is if he's a generational player, why didn't he make the LA Angels a championship quality team?
Because it's baseball. You know that it's every team sport. And one player does not make the team. It's a team game. You know that.
But one player can make other players around them better and win games because of that. So you can add to
But Mariners do have a decent team.
Yeah, and that's the thing is some players are so some teams are so bad that a good player can't even help. When you let's say look at what happened when they drafted players. Oh, the game's back.
Game is back, and that was some big yards on that one by Freeman with a big run.
Mm-hmm. An interesting one to look at is the story of what's Luke
Sleepy. We're not getting Ohtani. I know we're not going to get Ohtani, but I would like the Mariners to at least make an effort.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. John Stanton probably doesn't even. The owner of the Mariners probably doesn't even know who he is.
Hmm.
And now here is Stafford. We're looking at a 2nd and 3. And he hands the ball off, and that's going to be a first down.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Here's an example. Okay, Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay. All of a sudden, Tampa Bay started becoming good. Tampa Bay wasn't good before that.
Yeah, the weapons in place.
So the question is one player can help make a team better. Look at Matthew Stafford. They switched quarterbacks the next year. They won a Super Bowl. The LA Rams.
They did. Poor Goff. Yeah. And now here is a run by the Rams, and looks like he's got an opening, and that's going to be another first down for the Rams.
Yeah. So that's kind of my argument. Is can one player, even though it's a team sport, can one player really make an impact, just like a coach? Can a good coach make an impact and make the team around them?
Oh, holding on the offense.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was a holding call. Or that was on the offense.
Really needed that.
Yeah.
Still didn't think it was a good call, but I'll take it.
But I know the Mariners' philosophy. The Mariners' philosophy is they get cheaper guys and use them until they can't use them no more, don't want to use them anymore, and then they get rid of them.
And then they get better somewhere else.
Yes. Because you don't wait long enough for them.
It's now a first and well, it's also bad coaching too, and bad player development. It's now a 1st and 17, and they are pretty much back at their zone.
Yeah. Can we go to safety here?
No, we're not going to get a safety out of that.
Well, let's try. Let's blitz.
It doesn't always work that way. And now 1st and 17. Stafford calling the man in motion. And now it looks like, and here's Stafford. He's got plenty of time to pass, and that guy was wide open, and he didn't even get to it. It was badly timed throw by Matthew Stafford.
Wow.
And now we're looking at a 2nd and 17.
Our player almost got to him, though.
Almost did.
That could have almost been a safety. Look at it. See how far Matthew Stafford goes back. You see our guy trying to get in there and stuff. And
now we're looking at 2nd and 17. I don't think we're going to get a blitz. They just want to contain. And now here's Stafford looking to pass. He's got some time. And that was nearly picked off. And also nearly caught at the same time.
Even though we're not really blitzing, we're still getting to the quarterback and still causing him to rush a little bit.
Yeah, we're also trying to contain the passing as well. Make sure none of the receivers get open. And now here's Stafford working on a 3rd and 17. And now they're just going to run the ball. I think they just gave up. They're like, there's no point. Screw this. We'll just punt and get the ball back because Geno Smith is a bum. That's what it's going to be.
But you know what's funny is, so they're 3-9 in their season. Do they think they can recover and at least be competitive to make the playoffs? Yes, there's a possibility, but at the rate they're at right now, it's like,
no. If Rams lose this, it's pretty much going to be out of reach.
No, but here's my question: is we already know Carolina's the worst. Can you really expect Carolina to win 2 more games to even tie you, Rams, already?
No.
And so you know Carolina's most likely going to get the best pick in the draft.
And here's DJ Dallas. He's trying to get some runs, and how was that not a flag?
So my question going back to it is: Carolina really going to give up their chance to be have the number 1 draft pick?
Look at the number 1 draft pick again.
I know. And that 2 years in a row.
And they traded up for that number 1 pick last year because that number 1 pick actually belonged to the Bears, but the Bears traded down because they thought that Justin Fields would be their guy.
Yeah. But that's an interesting, so that's kind of the interesting question. It's because I think the next team is what? I think the Cardinals have 2 wins. Yeah.
Yeah, now they're letting Kyler Murray play.
Yeah. New England has 2 wins. Okay. Tennessee has 3. The Giants have 3 now. Bears have 3.
1st and 10 for Geno Smith. And here's Geno looking to already. And he was just hammered by Donald, and that was nearly picked off, but good last-minute batting by Will Dissly. And Geno Smith is absolutely shaken up. Not good. Aaron Donald really just went right to him.
Look at his shoulder pad.
He is just absolutely shaken up. That is not good. I don't like Geno Smith, I know, but Drew Lock isn't any better either.
Drew Lock's not bad.
And Aaron Donald literally that was also in the motion, so there's nothing that much he could have done to stop himself. Of course he's not going to stop himself. And number 70, the offensive line was not happy about it. That was a really big shot. And now Smith is now shaken up. It is not looking good at all. And now they're going to pull him out, and looks like Drew Lock is going to be the guy.
No, he did score last time we had him in the game.
Because it was one lucky catch.
You can't say that's luck. His name is Luck.
It's Lock. Looks like Gino is just taking a few minutes away of himself. Hopefully, he'll be back in this game. I mean, I don't like Smith. I don't like Smith, but I don't like Drew Lock either. Drew Lock has 25 touchdowns and 20 interceptions in his career in his 5th season. It is now a 2nd and 10. I'm not feeling good about this, but let's see what he can do.
Maybe he'll prove himself.
And here's Drew Lock handing it to Charbonnet, and that's going to be a 3rd down. A 3rd and 9.
That runs out the quarter.
Yep, that's going to be the quarter. And for how frustrated I am of how this is going, I'm going to do a quick record. The Atlanta Braves are a regular contender for the championship. Although they suffered a division series exit, Ohtani did express that he may be intrigued of joining Atlanta, as that would be one scary base. Ohtani did express that he may be intrigued of joining. Ohtani did express that he may be intrigued joining the Atlanta Braves, as he. Ohtani did express that he may be intrigued joining the Atlanta Braves, as that would be one scary baseball team. I expect them to make some kind of run. Maybe that's why they let go of Freddie Freeman. All right, next team. Although Baltimore has a very young, promising team that won the AL East, the ownership is notoriously cheap, and it seems that they would rather continue the youth movement, and Baltimore isn't a city that would quite... The ownership is notoriously cheap, and it seems that they would rather continue with the youth movement, and Baltimore as a city would be quite a downgrade from Los Angeles, California. White Sox just had a recent fire sale and let go of Tim Anderson, so don't even bother. And Jerry Reinsdorf is a very cheap owner as well. I'm going to say Texas Rangers. I think Texas Rangers would be the team that Ohtani would sign. But hey, and also no income tax in Dallas, Texas as well. But hey, no income tax in Washington either. But we have insane sales tax, though. And now here's Drew Lock working on a 3rd and 9 as we have started the 4th quarter. Gino's still shaken up, still being checked. And now here is Drew Lock. And here is the pass. And that is incomplete. Completely a terrible throw by Drew Lock. There looks like there was some miscommunication. Even if the Seahawks win this game, I am still not looking forward to that 49ers game. And now we are looking at a 4th and 9. Of course, they are going to punt the ball. And here's Michael Dixon with the punt. Gets it off in time. Going all the way to... And looks like the Rams got some reception return on that one. Now it's going to be to their 30. So decent field position for Matthew Stafford. And Epic C Films, you're on mute unless you did that on purpose.
I was on mute because of halftime or commercial break. Because you're doing the recording.
Oh yeah, that's true. I appreciate that.
Mhm. Oh, he's coming back out. Look, Smith's trying to move his arm. He's able to walk. It's just like his arm. It's like his shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to really take a good close look on that one. And here's
Yeah.
Stafford, and that's going to be loss of yardage. Oh, I think that's going to be a flag right there for Witherspoon. He had a good tackle, but it was kind of a roughing one. No, there's not going to be a flag, but the Rams they really want a flag because they thought that was an unnecessary roughness.
I don't think it was unnecessary roughness. I think he was just trying to get the guy down. I don't think he overdid it.
But yeah, but Doug Baldwin had the same thing against the Texans back in 2013 where he was thrown to the ground too.
Mm-hmm. Well, it would all determine when they blow the whistle.
That's how strong Witherspoon is. He is one strong dude.
Yeah.
You look at that scream right there.
He's one of my favorite rookies for the Seahawks. He's one of my favorite rookies this year.
Oh, yep, and I think they're going to call the flag.
Now they're calling the flag after that?
It's a late call, I must say.
That's such a late call. They reviewed it and thought it was overdone.
Just
because a guy can pick up a guy? That's considered
unnecessary roughness. I saw it coming. I said it was going to be an unnecessary roughness.
Gosh, just because the guy can pick up a guy. Is that fair?
I don't know.
I thought it was a good tackle.
But it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Still a 2-possession game.
Yes, it is.
And here's Stafford. He hands it off.
Did you see that hit on Stafford?
It looks like there's going to be. And a hit on Stafford. And that's going to be picked off.
It is.
Whoa. And I thought there was going to be a roughness. I saw that hit.
Did you? It was a hit.
And Stafford is now shaken up.
Wow.
I was just so shocked to see it. That's why I didn't sound as excited.
But I'm like, I saw the hit on him, and I was like, then I saw our guy go up and get it. But I'm like, that's why I say the timing of these roughing the passer is, it's like they can call it whenever they want to, or don't call it when they don't want to. Like, look at this.
Stafford was really
roughing?
going for that.
Do you think that was roughing the passer or not?
Let me see.
So let's see this.
I wonder if they're going to show another angle of that replay. I'm gonna take a look at it myself. You like can maybe that's like a 50-50.
Yeah. Like it's too questionable. Where like the guy already had momentum going to him. The guy threw the ball. And you can't stop your momentum.
You really can't.
That's why
but
I don't like Mr.
But right now I'm going to. Well, first I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna play this.
Okay, no problem.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
Well, hello everybody. How are you doing? I am doing great. But yeah, that's the interesting thing about these calls is like these subtleties of like these flags are the fact is like one of the things I always think about is like roughing the passer or something like that, you know, is the timing of that call.
or like unnecessary roughness. I'm like, when do they blow the whistle dead? I understand like you blow the whistle dead in the play and the person still tackling the person. I understand that. But on the other hand, I do also understand it's like, well, if they don't call the play dead, you should finish the tackle and get them down to the ground. So that's kind of like, it's all, I think, a timing game a lot of times with these weird calls.
It really is. But now we are back from the break. Oh, look, Best Buy's a sponsor for the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's so funny. They're a sponsor, but then you don't see Circuit City. It's so weird. There's still Barnes & Noble, but no Borders books.
Yeah, well, Circuit City had its own problems.
Yeah.
And looks like Drew Lock has the ball back. And now he's going to hand it off, a fake handoff. He was already pressured, caught by Noah Fant, and Noah Fant has been his best receiver for Drew Lock.
Don't they know each other from when they played at
Who knows?
Denver?
Oh, yeah, they were teammates in Denver, yeah, so that's why there's still that connection. And Geno Smith looks like he is still withering in pain right now. Stafford, he's a tough man, and backup quarterback is Carson Wentz. They're trying to see if Carson Wentz could be the future of the team. No, that's not going to happen. It's kind of sad where Carson Wentz's career has gone. And now it's a 2nd and 6. He's going to hand the ball off to Charbonnet, going to at least get a few yards on that. And that's going to be a 3rd down and about a 4, I would say. And now they're showing a game break where the Buffalo Bills, they are winning the game. Wow. Jets I actually had the Jets defense in fantasy football this morning, and I made that change at the last minute. I think I made a really good decision on that. And now here's Drew Lock on a 3rd and 3. Can he get a first down? I would certainly hope so. And here's Drew Lock. He's getting pressured already. And here is a big pass, and that's going to be incomplete. It was nearly caught by Jackson Smith-Jigba, but that's not going to happen. So the Seahawks are going to be forced to punt once again. And just watching Drew Lock is just absolutely unwatchable.
Now, do you see what they're doing to Geno Smith's arm? They're putting like cream on it.
Yeah, they're putting that icy hot thing treatment.
I think Drew Lock is just like he hasn't had as many reps with the team and
no,
stuff
that's
like
not that is not an excuse. Matt Flynn didn't get any reps and he scored 6 touchdowns. Backup quarterbacks have to be ready for the game. Oh, that was nearly blocked. And that's going to be caught, and we're going to get maybe some decent field position. Nope. It's going to be back to the 30. Throws him down again. Now Stafford, he is still playing, trying to tough this one out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, mute yourself. I'm going to do my thing. The Chicago Cubs, who narrowly missed the playoffs, seem to have something going since they have been rebuilding for quite some time since their 2016 World Series champion. They now had just hired Craig. They recently hired Craig Counsell away from the Brewers with the most expensive managerial contract in MLB history, and there is little doubt that the Cubs will give it a shot as they are considered a wild card pick. All right, Cubs is done. The Cincinnati Reds have a young, promising team thanks to many trades that got them the young prospects, which were acquired from Eugenio Suarez, Jesse Winker, and Luis Castillo. Throughout the 2023 season, they were contending well for the playoffs until a late snag in September. There is hope for this team, but with the cheap ownership to the point the Reds tried to trade away Jonathan India, I doubt the Reds will even make a move. Throughout the 2023 season, they were contending well for the playoffs until a late snag in September. There is hope for this team, but with cheap ownership to the point the Reds There is hope for this team, but with a cheap ownership, to the point the Reds try to trade away Jonathan India, I doubt the Reds will even look at him. The Cleveland Guardians just changed their manager and missed the playoffs, and knowing the market of Cleveland, it would be quite a downgrade to go from LA, California to Cleveland. And now here is Matthew Stafford on the play action, going for the big pass, and that is easily caught. And man, this game is really just dragging on forever. It just feels like this is a really long game, but even if the Seahawks win, I'm still not going to be impressed. Looks like Buccaneers are making some kind of a comeback right now. It's 27-14. And now here are the Rams. They are looking at a 1st and 10. They are already in Seahawks territory. Already gives it to the running back. He breaks the tackle, and that's going to be at least 4 yards.
Our defense is holding up.
Not really. With the blitz, Stafford is 3 for 6 with 25 yards and an interception. So maybe if the Seahawks can do some more blitz, that would be a little bit helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And now here's Stafford on a 2nd and 6. And here's Stafford looking to pass, gets a nice little screen pass, and that's going to at least be a few yards, and that's going to be a 1st down, and he's still going. Now we're talking near the red zone for the Los Angeles Rams. It's going to be a tough finish, I will say. Especially when it's a divisional game. Really should not be surprised at all. And now we're looking at a 1st and 10. 16-7 Seahawks. He's going to give it to the running back, and he gets at least 2 yards on that one. You really don't want to give up any kind of yards because that will give the Rams any kind of momentum. And looks like Nickelodeon's going to have their – it's just going to be slime time football, I guess. I don't even know what the heck they're talking about. My team is barely hanging on for fantasy football. I'm still holding on to like a 20-something lead. Now we are looking at a 2nd and 6. We can even hold them to a field goal. That would just be a wild success. Here's Stafford looking to pass. He's already being pressured. Missed the sack, and that's going to be red zone territory. And this secondary is just getting absolutely abused. It was a near miss sack, and Stafford barely escaped from it.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're looking at 1st and goal. In this drive, just 2 rushes, 3 passes, 62 yards total. This has been a very quick drive for the Rams. And now we're looking at 1st and goal. 4 seconds left on the clock. Keep burning that clock. And now Stafford's going to pass. He's being pressured. And looks like that's going to be a touchdown. Yep, that's a touchdown right there.
Flag.
And looks like we got a flag. Dude, we got a flag. We got to check and see if there is a flag, which is hence why the celebration's a bit limited. And looks like that's on the offense. Looks like there was some kind of pass interference on Tyler Higbee. So the Seahawks caught a break on that. I don't see how that could be pass interference because the guy already got the ball. I mean, I'll take it. But Higbee was on the block. Which is why I didn't think that penalty really made much sense. I mean, I'll take it. I just think that's a weird call. It's been a penalty fest for both teams, but
Yeah.
Seahawks have the most penalty yardage. First and goal. And now here's Stafford. He's got time, so much time, and he pretty much gets the yards back. So that's going to be a second and goal once again.
How many Seahawks fans were there at the game?
There are a lot of Seahawks fans, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Now it's a second and goal. It's a one running back set. And here's Stafford's got plenty of time. Here's the pass, and that is dropped. Third and goal. Last minute drop. Credit to Love for his defensive play.
Wow.
Really narrowly escaped from that one. Now it's third and goal. Trevor Lawrence had 262 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns. If you're a fantasy player, you're one happy guy. And now here is a third and goal. Stafford getting a little pressure, and here is the pass, and that's like pass interference written all over it. Wasn't that too obvious of a pass interference?
Well, did you hear the background? That was my dad in the background.
He was not happy about it, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't. Oh man. Half of this is the goal line.
That was an obvious call. Don't you think that was an obvious call?
Yeah, it's like, well, like, you know, it is what it is. You know, you hit a guy early, and that's the consequences.
125 yards worth of penalties. And now we're at first and goal. And now here is the handoff, and is that a touchdown?
I don't think he got in. I don't think he got in.
Doesn't look like he's in.
I don't think he got in. Wow.
But got a little bit of gainage on that one.
How was it second and goal? I thought it was third and goal.
No, because of the pass interference.
Well, I thought
Oh, wow. It was a big hit, too. We got second and goal, hands it to the running back, and that is in for a touchdown. And the Rams are closing it within a one-possession game. That was Darrell Henderson Jr. with a touchdown. It only seemed like it was just a matter of time that it was going to happen. And also, fun fact, Aaron Donald has injured 2 of our quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Geno Smith. If Drew Lock is back, we're screwed.
We're not screwed.
And the kick is up, and it was good. So Matthew Stafford completes a nice drive. It was from 30 yards. Darrell Henderson Jr. was not even touched. The only person that touched him was his own offensive lineman. And now I'm going to go back to the record.
Okay. I gotcha.
Your baseball team sucks, but at least you have the Denver Nuggets. Your baseball team sucks, but at least you have the Denver Nuggets. The Detroit Tigers had a surprisingly progressive year. The Detroit Tigers had a surprising progressing year with some young talent. Let's move on. Why am I even wasting my time? This one might make sense, as the team seemed to be showing some age and maybe some vulnerability, as they did lose to the Texas Rangers, and the core of the 2017 are not getting any younger. And they certainly can use another bat, and maybe pitcher. And they can certainly use another bat, and maybe a pitcher, depending on the health of Ohtani for the future, which I won't count on. They are still expected to be contenders, so this would make sense for the Astros to make a move. But would Ohtani really want to play for a team that seemed to have some baggage of 2017, which, by the way, is exaggerated by the media and baseball haters consistently? Which is exaggerated by the media and the haters consistently. You guys have got to move on. And looks like we are back from the break. It is now 16-14 Seahawks. And it's just cutting it really close. The Rams really did. And now it's going to go all the way to the end zone for a touchback. Be right back for a moment. Phone had to be charged, and now I'm back, and Geno Smith is still getting the treatment, and Drew Lock is going to be the quarterback. Might as well just give it to the Rams right now. This is just not going to be fun to watch. Drew Lock is working on a 1st and 10. Charbonnet as the running back, single back formation. Parkinson on the move, and Drew Lock does fake it, and that is nearly picked off. If I were the Seahawks, just punt the ball now. That was just batted, and that really should have been picked. That would have been an easy pick 6 right there. This is proof that Seahawks need a quarterback in the draft. I think I made my case. Drew Lock is now working on a 2nd and 10. Maybe he should have just handed the ball off to Charbonnet. And now here is 2nd and 10. Gives it to Jackson Smith-Jigba, and he loses yards on that. And that's going to be a 3rd and long. Third and 11. They really got to get a 1st down, because the last thing you need to do is give the Rams any kind of time to make a drive. 7 minutes left in this game. In 3rd down conversions, they have been 0 for 9 since, it looks like. And now here is a 3rd and 11. Clock is going down. And now here is Drew Lock. He's got some time to pass. He's going for a big one, and that's going to be intercepted. That was picked off, and now the Rams have the ball back. As Drew Lock, he really just was desperate to force it, and Tyler Lockett wasn't even there for the catch. And now the Rams have the ball. And this game has completely flipped to the other side. Like, I don't like Geno Smith. I know I don't like Geno Smith, but man, I hate Drew Lock. Yep, that was just perfectly picked off. Like, some Seahawks fans are desperately saying, I gotta put this on Twitter. Oh, looks like, is there a flag? 15-yard penalty. There was some illegal, I guess there was unsportsmanlike conduct. Okay. And now we are looking at a 1st and 10. You're still muted. And now here Stafford fakes the handoff. He has plenty of time to pass, unlimited time, and that is going to be caught by Nuka. And now they are in Seahawks territory already. When you have that much time in the pocket, it's only a matter of time that someone's going to be open. Now he was just wide open. Bobby Wagner missed on that one. And don't forget, it's only 16-14, so it is it's just way too close for comfort. We're looking at a 1st and 10. 5 seconds left on the play clock. And now here's Stafford faking it, and that is going to be incomplete. I would consider that a break because he was wide open on that one. It was just good pressure. Drew Lock is on the bench. I'm just convinced that he's not coming back after this season, and he shouldn't. And now we're looking at a 2nd and 10. Clock is going down. And was that? Yep, that's going to be encroachment, or could it be false start? I think it's going to be an encroachment. False start.
Yep.
It is now a 2nd and 15. And now here's Stafford looking to pass. And now here is the throw. And that is that caught or incomplete? That looked like it was incomplete.
Incomplete.
That was incomplete. Yep.
Yeah.
We really needed that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It hits the ground.
Yep, that hit the ground right there.
Yep. Bounced off his hands.
At this point, all the Seahawks have to do, if they can, and I would think that the Rams aren't going to go for it. They don't have to go for it on 4th down. Well, plus you're on your own territory, and it's on the 15, so it doesn't make any sense. But here's a 3rd and 15. I think we're sensing a blitz right over here. And Stafford with the clock going down, and here is a blitz coming. Still got plenty of time, and here is the pass. And I think that's pass interference. Yep, pass interference. What's with all these pass interferences? And that just gives a fresh set of downs.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look at his blood. You see the blood in his mouth?
Yeah, the blood. Tariq Woolen. And now we got 1st and 10, new fresh set of downs. And now he hands it to the running back, and he's got like 9 yards on that one.
Mm-hmm.
That was Freeman who's getting... He had a really big hole on that one. You couldn't screw that up. The only one who would have screwed that up was Trent Richardson. And now here is a 2nd and 1. And now here is Freeman again, and he gets a really big hole, and that's still going to be a 1st down. If you could even just hold it to a field goal, It'd just be a wild success.
Yes.
But with the running the ball, they really just want to burn the clock to give the Seahawks a lot less time to even make a comeback. Looks like Drew Lock has got his cap back on, so that means I think Geno Smith's going to be back for possibly for the final drive. So we'll see where this goes. Now we're looking at a 1st and 10. And now he's going to hand it off to the running back, and he's going to lose yards on that one.
Sweet.
Okay, that's enough. Just stop. You don't want to get flagged for like unnecessary roughness or anything.
We already had that happen, so.
Look at my background. Do you see I'm a very conflicted fan?
Yes.
It would be a huge question. Like if the Browns and the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl, I think I would be considering cheering for the Browns for the Super Bowl. And now we're at 2nd down. Either way, if any of them win, I'll be happy either way.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're looking at 2nd and 12, and the clock is going down, and that should be a delay of game. Unless it's just called timeout. A timeout? I don't think he called that timeout on time.
Look at him bandaged up. Do you really think he's going to play with that bandage on?
No.
You see Geno Smith on the sideline, so I think Drew Lock's coming back in. Yeah.
$48 yards in this drive already. 2nd and 12. And now he's going for the pass. Here, Stafford's got time. And that's going to be some gainage. Nuka. That's going to be a 3rd down. Seahawks have really got to get this stop.
This is going to be a huge
if you
3rd
can get
down.
this stop, at least you hold it to a field goal.
Hopefully, unless they go for it.
Who knows? Now it's just wide open, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to blitz on this one. You got to go like all-out blitz so you can take out Matthew Stafford. Now it's a 3rd and 2, and looks like we've got a blitz possibly going on. This is it, and now here it is, and that is stopped! Oh, no, he's still going, and that's going to be a 1st down. I thought that was stopped!
Where do they spot the ball?
I think...
How far they're putting him back?
No, I think he got the 1st down.
Yeah, they're giving it to him.
It is now 1st and 10, and this clock is severely going down. Rams are really going to milk this clock to give a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get something. We got to fumble this ball out. They're really burning the clock. At this point, I think you just let them score the touchdown. I would say just let them score. What do you think? Do you let them score and give Drew Lock a chance, which is not very ideal, but at least give the offense an opportunity to do something?
No, stop him to a field goal. We need to stop him to a field goal.
But with all the time that's going to burn, though.
With a field goal?
Well, that's what the timeouts are for the Seahawks, right? You have to use the timeouts if they're going to do the running play.
Hmm.
This isn't looking good at all.
I'm not too worried. Let's see where it goes.
All right, back to recording. Do I even need to explain? They're young, rebuilding, and lost 100 games. Let me say it simply. Angels had Ohtani clear out his locker before the season ended, and I think he's done with Artie Moreno, the Angels owner. They did extend out the qualifying offer. But it's safe to say it was to basically get a draft pick in case he doesn't take it, which I don't expect him to accept anyway. The Dodgers have consistently been one of the best teams in baseball, along with a 2020 World Series championship and run by an owner who will always spend the money. They are now the favorites according to the betting odds to land Ohtani. He already knows the environment of LA due to playing for the Angels since 2018. Ben Verlander recently wrote, "It just makes the most sense. In this scenario, Ohtani stays in Southern California, where he is extremely comfortable, but he also goes to a team that actually competes for the postseason year in and year out, and is constantly good enough to win 100 games in the regular season. With all those factors, this is why the Dodgers are the favorites to land the superstar." And looks like Geno Smith has gotten off the treatment. I think he's going to get the ball for at least the final drive, so we will see where that goes, depending on if the Seahawks can even just get the stop on this one. We are looking at a 2nd and 6, and Nuka, he is fighting his way for the first down. And now you can just easily burn 30-something seconds on the clock unless the Seahawks call the timeout. No, I think if you get the first down, does that, stop the clock? I have no idea. Yep, timeout was called by the Seahawks. 1:52 left in this game. Seahawks have got to come up with some kind of stop. Or maybe at this point, do you just let the Rams score?
You don't let them score a touchdown. You don't.
16-14 Seahawks. It is not going to last whatsoever. 1st and goal. And now he's going to hand it off to Henderson, and he goes down. I would think that you're going to call another timeout on this one. Mm-hmm. Yep, I think timeout's been called by the Seahawks once again.
Mm-hmm.
But how about this? You run out of timeouts, and they run the ball again. Then do you let them score?
No.
I would. And Geno Smith, he's getting ready. He is healing up because can you trust Drew Lock to be your quarterback? Nope. Oh, but he doesn't get enough touches. Oh, you were already a failed quarterback in Denver. Oh, but Denver was on a good team. That doesn't sound like an excuse. That sounds like an excuse. We got 2nd and goal, 16 seconds left on the play clock. No running back in this formation. And now here's Stafford looking to pass, and here's the throw, and that is dropped, and is that picked off? Did that hit the ground? Or nope, that was incomplete. And it's going to be a 3rd and goal. Obviously, if it's 4th down, they're going to kick the field goal. And now we are looking at 3rd and goal. 10 seconds left in the play clock. Matthew Stafford's got Henderson right next to him. 4 seconds left on the play clock. And timeout's going to be called by the Rams. I guess, man, just so much is going on in this drive alone. We got 1:42 left in this game. And we really thought that ball was picked. Didn't you think that ball was picked off?
No.
Oh, you didn't. You saw it hit the ground, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't see when it was picked off. I wasn't trying. Oh, we're running that hard to know it was picked off, so I don't think it was.
We're looking at a 3rd and goal. Here's Stafford, got Henderson right next to him. 6 seconds left on the clock of the play clock. Here's Stafford looking to pass. He's got it to Henderson. It looks like he's got some openings, and that is not going to complete it. And I would think the Seahawks are going to call another timeout on this one, since the clock is still running. And they have called their final timeout. And now you have to hope somehow and some freaking way the Seahawks get a miracle, like a blocked field goal or a missed field goal, or at least just enough or just hope that Geno Smith is at least his arm is like okay enough to play football. Because I think a broken Geno Smith might be worse than Drew Lock, but who knows? And now they're looking for the kick. A 22-yard attempt, basically a chip shot. And here we go. And here it is. The kick is up, and it's good. What did you expect? Blair Walsh to do a point-blank shot? Miss? Nope. So now the Rams have now taken the lead. And now it is 17-16 Rams. And minute and 31 left in this game. Like, you would think that all Geno Smith has to do is get the ball into field goal range.
Yeah. We did it last week.
We did it last week against the Commanders.
Yeah, so can we do it against the Rams this week?
I don't know. I don't expect it to. And now here is the kick. And that's going to go all the way to the touchback.
Yep.
So you get your 25 yards. Geno Smith, this is his time to show what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
Can he repeat his clutch moments from last week?
Yes.
Because the Rams now have a 1-point lead. I think Drew Lock just convinced everyone that he is not the guy for the future.
No,
I never thought he was.
Drew Lock's kind of upset with how he performed. You can see it in him.
You really can.
Mm-hmm.
And now here's Geno. He's looking at a 1st and 10 at the 25. And here's the snap. And here's Smith already pressured. Here's the throw. And that is caught. Good catch.
Yes.
And that is done by Tyler Lockett. He threw it deep into traffic too. And looks like we're doing a hurry-up offense right here. And here's Geno. He's going for the pass. And here it is. Here is a big pass. Didn't like that. And that is incomplete.
Okay.
That was not a good throw. But you're not that far away from field goal range at least.
Yeah. We need maybe two more good passes, and then we get Jason Myers lined up.
Yeah, hopefully anything can happen out of this.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 10. The clock did stop because of the incompletion. And here's Geno. 2nd and 10. He's got Charbonnet right next to him. I sense the blitz. And here's Geno. He's got some little bit of time. He's going to pass it to Charbonnet and immediately gets met with a tackle. That's only going to get like 2 yards, but you got to get the first down because you do not want to face a 4th down, especially when you have no timeouts and the clock is running down.
Yeah.
Just too much time being broken up right now. I think at this point they're just going to go for the field goal. That's at least 10 seconds burned off. And do we got a timeout?
Is that the Rams timeout?
Rams mercifully called the timeout. That was about 10 plus seconds just wasted. Or I don't know if there is a timeout.
What's going on here then?
I got to turn up the volume to see what's going on. I think they're possibly calling for a flag or something. Maybe a false start. Sean McVay is going like, what the hell? Oh, now it's an under review.
How's the pass under review? The guy caught the ball.
Yeah, but it could be like controlling the possession. Let's take a look and see what they're going to say out of this.
This is ridiculous.
You can't tell from that angle if it hit the ground because at least his arm was there.
Yeah. So they stopped the clock. Yeah. Let's see from this angle. You can't
There's
change
not
that
really-
ruling in the call. There's no way to over.
There's no enough.
that.
Oh, I see that. But he was already down.
Yeah.
There's just not enough sufficient evidence to overturn this.
Yeah. Look at this guy running around. trying to see this. So this is what they're starting the call over. It's over 2 yards, literally. This is literally 2 yards. You're arguing over 2 yards. And like some. But from certain angles, you can't tell.
You really can't tell at all.
So they already called it one way. So you basically, you fall back to the original call. Unless they really see evidence. There was only that one.
Shh. Oh, I see that. It did hit the ground. He doesn't think it's going to be overturned.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that means they're going to run the clock. So that means they have to reset part of that clock too because they wasted all that time. So the clock has to go back to the way it is. Or I guess not. So I think they're just going to let the clock. Clock is stopped. Yep, the clock is not moving. Oh, now it's moving. And now here's Geno Smith on a 3rd and 8. Here is the pass. And that is caught by DK Metcalf. You have got to spike the ball. You got to spike the ball now. Spike the dang ball. Are they going to spike it? They are not going to spike it. I think they're just going to keep going at it. And now here is a 1st and 10 off to Charbonnet. And he is going to be down. And I think they are going to kick the field goal at this point.
Wow.
And now you got to spike the ball since you did just run the ball. So now it's going to be down to, man, yep, spiking the ball, that's for sure.
7 seconds.
DK made a huge catch on that one. And now here's Jason Myers. We're looking at a 3rd and 8, determined to see what that field goal is going to be, that field goal range.
Yeah.
Also, I could use another 3 to 5 points in fantasy football too. Now my heart is just finally shaking on this one. And now it's going to be a 55-yard attempt. I don't know. I don't know if he can hit this one, but it'll give me 5 points for fantasy football. But we'll see how this goes. It's a 3rd and 8. 5 seconds left on the play clock. And looks like a timeout is called. Looks like they're going to ice the kicker. Yep, they are icing the kicker. I feel iced myself.
But if he kicks another field goal and makes it this time, this would be huge.
It would be definitely huge.
Look at this in practice.
Jason Myers missed a field goal, so that's why I'm not feeling good about it.
That was pregame.
I don't know if he's going to do this.
Let's see. Let's get that kick going.
We're looking at a 3rd and 8. I am really shaking right now. 55-yard attempt. This is to win the game for the Seahawks to go 7-3 to remain tied for the division against the 49ers. They are getting ready. And now here's the snap. The kick. Is it going? And it is going right. And that is the end of the game as Jason Myers just missed the field goal. And the Rams are going to win this game. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. And you can hear the noises in there in your room as well.
But here's my question: do you blame it on Gino? I don't blame it on Gino.
I blame it on Gino for not finishing the drives previously, which did lead to this. So it was the procrastination that did not help at all. And man, but in an indoor stadium, Jason Myers still should have got that.
But you can't say a 55-yarder is a gimme.
It's not a gimme. It's not a gimme, but when you're in an indoor stadium with no thick air making no weather factors at all, you still got to make that.
No, but I'm saying it is what it is. Gino put him in the situation to make a field goal. Okay,
he did, because Drew Lock definitely wouldn't have done it.
Drew Lock did nothing, so Drew Lock stunk out the place. If Gino was playing, we maybe would have won that game.
Drew Lock just proved that he does not. I'd rather have Colin Kaepernick over Drew Lock, and that's a horrible thing to say.
No, but think about this. Geno Smith twice in a row has put Jason Myers in the position to win the game.
He really did.
So you can't say that Geno hasn't been clutch. He did what he needed to do at the last second. He did enough work.
Yeah.
So do you blame it on Geno? Do you blame it on Drew Lock?
I don't know. But hey, let's talk about this game.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the end of this game, post-game show, because I got to put this video out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to first play it on commercial break for this moment. I'm going to have, let's do this. All right. Commercial break. Here we come.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
And if you would like those services, call this number at 206-992-4465, 206-992-4465, and get 20% off of your first services. If you want the opportunity to correctly flip your house or just show off your house and just how amazing it is. All right, we're about to start in 3, 2, 1. So the Seattle Seahawks just dropped their game to the Los Angeles Rams 17-16. It was a last field goal just missed by Jason Myers, and now the Seahawks have dropped to 6-4. They are now one game back from the division because the 49ers won as well. At first, the game was starting fantastic for the Seahawks. I believe they had a 13-0 lead, and then they just completely blew it. Only scored 3 total points going into the second half, I would believe. Let me double check and make sure that I am correct on that. No, they had 13 points already. So they had 13 points going into the second half, only scored 3 total points in the second half. And before we even get into this, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification, and also consider donating to the channel as well, as I would love to grow this channel as quickly as possible. No, I mean, I love this channel, so let's get into it. So the Seahawks, they had a 13-0 lead, had a quick touchdown by Geno Smith over to DK Metcalf. and then it was just a field goal thing. The Rams also had a drive. They were in the red zone, but then they messed up by not going for it on 4th down. And then the Seahawks, they had some drives going, but then it was stopped by the defense, and they just could not finish the drive to force those field goals to happen. It was 2 field goals by Jason Myers. So at least things were going its way, but then Stafford really did drive the ball into the end zone for the touchdown to make it 13-7. And then going into the second half, it still looked like Seahawks had that momentum, but then the shifting momentum was when, although it was still a close game, the Seahawks still had their opportunities, but then Geno Smith suffered an injury where Aaron Donald completely just smashed into him, forcing Drew Lock to play, and then Drew Lock had 2 stalled drives, including an interception, which led the Rams to score their field goal. But however, the Seahawks did have their opportunity with Geno Smith back into it. He threw really few good passes, including one big one to DK Metcalf, giving the opportunity to get that field goal, 55-yard field goal for Jason Myers, but Jason Myers unfortunately missed. It was a 55-yard attempt, and then the Seahawks lost the game. So give me your takeaways. So let's talk about something positive, like C-Films. What do you think the positives were out of this game?
So I think some of the positives are, like, one of the things I say the positives are is that when a player gets injured, can you blame it on the player for being injured? Like, injuries happen. So your next player has to step up. But I think one of the things I really saw resilience in is Geno Smith. When there is pressure on the line and he needs to make big plays, he's getting better at handling the pressure of not fumbling when we need him to do well. Like, he had, like you said, a couple of really good passes that got us into field goal range. I say that was a success. So Geno was a success in this game.
Yeah, so that's a good point, because considering what we saw out of Drew Lock, I mean, I said it, like, I don't like Geno Smith that much, but I certainly don't like Drew Lock, and he's certainly proved that he is just not the quarterback, especially that big pass to Tyler Lockett. It really just seemed that he really just forced it. Like, didn't it feel like he was just trying to force it and he was just really desperate?
Drew, the thing about Drew Lock is he's not as mobile, and so he tries to stay more in the pocket. Because he's more in the pocket, he sometimes holds on the ball too long, and the decisions he makes, it's like kind of, like you said, could be forced.
Yeah, it definitely felt forced on that one. And the defense, you really just couldn't put too much of it on the defense, but I will say, so many pass interferences and so many unnecessary roughness, which really did cost. And you saw that the penalties was the huge difference maker, where their penalties contributed to 100 yards worth of damage. And yes, there was some controversial calls, like the pass interference at the goal line. But at that point, like, they should know that they're going to get calls for that. So they really should have, like, not done any of those things. And that huge tackle by Devon Witherspoon, when he just carried him and just threw him down, that was obviously going to warrant a flag. I know that you didn't like the flag, but it was like, well, rules are rules. You just can't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So of this game was Drew Lock's bad play, unfinished drives, too many penalties. Like, the penalties, like, it's crazy to think the Seahawks defense actually did their part. I think we can agree the defense did their part.
Yes.
Like, if you take away the flags, this is a blowout game.
Let's see here.
And while you're taking a look, let me know when you're ready. But one other thing that I want to put on Geno Smith is, after that big pass by DK Metcalf, I think because he was running the ball, and now to think of it, if he made just one more quick pass to just get the yardage a little bit shorter for Jason Myers, I think that could have been a difference maker. But you decide to just give the ball to Charbonnet. So also, like, some play calling I thought was very questionable too, because there was like some 3rd and 1s that we saw where they should have just ran the ball or just make a short pass, but instead Geno just threw it all the way down. I'm not putting it on Geno. I'm putting it on just bad offensive coordinating. Now, did you find the source that you were looking for?
Yes. And so, well, one of the things I noticed, and one of the things we did good, was, like, the Seahawks defense did fine. Like, they had 6 points. Like, for fantasy, they had 6 points for me. And Geno had, like, his average. He had the 13 points. So he played decent.
well. But like you said, at the end of the day, it's like some of the penalties hurt us, and like some of the finished drives hurt us. But I think overall, like we played good. It's just like you can't. I always tell this, and I always think this in the back of my head: never rely on your kicker to win you a game.
You just can't. Now,
You
credit
can't
to Geno Smith that he did drive the ball to at least field goal range, but I think there should have been one more pass after that catch by DK Metcalf, where another thing he could have done was just spike the ball, stop the clock, because that's why I was screaming, stop the clock, stop the clock. So I think had you just stopped the clock, that would have given you time to come up with another passing play to get Jason Myers more into range. So I think there was a lot of like miscommunication and just really just disorganization on this offensive drive. So I think the other factor, like, and people want to say that it was the refs with their crap calls, sure, but there's other ways to win the game. Like, would you agree that you should also not rely on the refs' calls to win a game?
Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff that added up to the Seahawks not winning this game, And I think what happens is that a lot of times we scrutinize teams a lot more when they lose games than when they win games, because the Rams didn't really play any better than we did. You got to admit, but they won the game. And it's like, if Jason Myers didn't miss the field goal, people would be like, if he made the field goal, we'd be like, okay, wow, the Seahawks did fine. We would be talking about all these little things that happen.
I would.
Like the penalties.
I would have. I would have pointed at them. I would have pointed them all out. Even on blowouts, I still would have pointed out the little things. But I'm just a different fan.
Yeah, because most general fans, they forgive things when people win games. And so I think the game has a lot of things that lead up to something. Like the first thing you say is like, okay, we copped out for we got a touchdown. We copped out for basically 2 field goals after that. Okay, we weren't able to finish the drives. So we're saying, okay, well, we still got points, so that's still not a bad thing. But did we finish the drives and get touchdowns? No. So I'm going to say that's not like the best result, but it's still better than nothing. And then the other thing you got to think about, on the other hand, is all these penalties that we kept causing that kept their drives alive. Our defense did cause penalties that kept the actual drives alive, because they didn't even get, like in my fantasy, they didn't even get 10 points, the Seahawks. They ended up getting 6. This other guy I was playing against had the Commanders defense and got 11. So did our defense really do the best they could do? They had one really good set of drives where they stopped them on 4th down. That was like one really good set of downs they had. But beyond that, what did they do really well?
They didn't really do much at all.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So you could blame it on the defense. That's one direction you could go. You could go on the fact that Drew Lock didn't do anything when he was in offense. He went 3 and out, twice?
And an interception. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. And an interception. So you can say, okay, Drew Lock. Well, if Geno was playing in there, maybe Geno would have not caused that problem. We would have won the game. So you're saying, okay, Geno getting injured. We can't blame it on Geno for getting injured. Players get injured. And do you expect them to come in when they're injured playing like that?
No, but I'll give it to Geno that he at least tried to finish the game. So as much as I don't like Geno, I will still give it to him that he at least did, which was very respectable, because I don't see Drew Lock doing those kind of things. But
yeah,
the bottom line is it's a team game. Everything has to equally be the blame. Like, you can't just put everything into one thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. Everything
is a factor, because football is a team game. So let's just summarize it. And let's do it back and forth like you and me. So reasons the Seahawks lost the game, I will go first. Drew Lock.
I go the defense.
And then penalties.
Trying to think. Field goal.
Yeah, the field goal. And then maybe Smith should have made, like, spike the ball and make one more pass. So
yeah, but when you're in a rushing offense, you don't always think the clearest sometimes. And so I would say that's, like, if I had to rank things on like what I blame the most on, that would be something I think lower on my list. And expecting a kicker to make a 55-yard field goal, I don't blame it on that as much as I blame it on other things. I say the two things are the defense and the penalties. I blame it on more than anything else. Or you could blame it on Drew Lock for going 3 and out twice and getting an interception.
So those are the two things. And also don't forget the coaching with bad play calls, but everything's a factor. But
it is.
But if you
Yeah.
had to rank them, it's kind of hard. Like I know people in their head all rank them differently, but like we said, we just came up with like 5 or 6 different answers.
I will say the penalties. The penalties is absolutely number one because
Mhm.
had they cut the penalties in half, this is a blowout game.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So, well, that's going to be it. Those are our thoughts
Thanks
on
for
the
that.
Seahawks game. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching this game, and thank you for watching this post-game show. And once again, if you did like this show, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification. And thanks for watching, and go Hawks.
Go Hawks. And hashtag don't quit your day job and don't drink.
That's right. Well, now we are going to... We got some comments in there. It was by Calvin Dickerson. Now, Calvin Dickerson, if you did like this show, throw some donations in there. Help me make me feel better for the Seahawks losing. But you did say Seahawks had a chance to win, but those penalties really hurt them. I mean, you hit the nail right in the head. Everyone's going to say that for sure. And then once Kenneth Walker went out, no running game. So that's another good reason to say that Kenneth Walker being hurt was also a factor. Something that we didn't even touch on very much.
Yeah, but I think Charbonnet stepped up fine.
He did.
For fill-in thing, I don't think we missed a beat there. I think the quarterback fill-in was worse than the running back fill-in.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
No.
Well, that's going to do it for our show. I have got to cut this up and make these into all these shorts. And I got to put that post-game portion into YouTube. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and go Hawks, and we are getting out of here.